Hey cuties, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we of course are going to be watching Celebrity Wife Goes on Divorce TV show, Gaslights husband till he admits he's sick and breaks down, obviously by Stephanie Sue. Now that title is, as I always say, a title and a half, but this time for real though, because what do you mean by that? I feel like maybe I don't know if she changed the title since actually publishing this video or what, but I don't know if I remember it saying that. But if it did, I might have just taken like until he admits he's sick as like, oh, he's like doing something bad. So she's like, oh, you're so sick. Because again, I was under the notion that the guy was like the bad guy this entire time before watching the videos, but obviously it's Mai, right? We learned that from the get go. Like Mai is crazy, or at least she needs like therapy or something to stop, acting the way that she does. But like this feels like this is gonna be really bad, and you can't defend her after this, depending on what she actually does here. It feels like it's gonna be like just so bad. Because yes, Merry Christmas. I forgot to get to that point, but yeah, it is still Christmas. So Merry Christmas to anyone who wants to hear that. But yeah, it just feels like this episode's gonna be like pretty messed up. Maybe. Hopefully it's not, but still, oof. Again, no hater segment. There hasn't been any hate comments for what, like a month, 2 months now, so nothing to say there. Obviously no radical break because we're doing this live and that's too hard. I kind of want to because I decided to buy a Beat Saber on the MetaQuest today, so I would want to do that other than the fact that I would get demonetized if I played that, but still I kind of want to do that, but it's too bad. No radical break. Only, I mean, that's only for videos, not live streams. I mean, unless I feel like I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we're just gonna get straight into it now. I don't have anything else to say, I think.
It is the final chapter. That is the most insane relationship thus far on a reality show. This is
The last chapter, though, allegedly, episode 4 and 5 are the other couple.
part 3 of See You Again. I'm seeing you again. I saw you
I'm guessing if there's a part 6, it'll be their finale.
again. I'm seeing you again, and I'm done fucking seeing you.
Is
Like, I
this
want to.
finale?
Yes, this is the finale. If you guys haven't watched the two
but
previous
only,
parts, yes.
only for Mai though.
Literally only for one of the 3 couples, because the other couple is crazier. Is crazier.
He's crazier than Mai.
I don't know how
more
that.
insane than Mai. He makes Mai seem like a playground. If you guys don't know, See You Again is
I don't even know how that's possible if he makes Mai look like nothing.
a Chinese dating reality show, but it's a divorce reality show. I guess it's the opposite of dating. And it's where 3 Chinese celebrity couples come on the show and their marriage is already in shambles. It's on the rocks. They're about to get divorced. And they're going to be on here for 18 days doing a cross-country road trip across China, seeing the sights, partaking in these little challenges, talking to the other couples, talking to therapists, to see at the very end, do we want to keep trying? Do we call it quits? And it's dramatic, it's intense. And on this season, we have 3 separate couples. We've got Yangzi and his wife, Eva. Yangzi is a Nepo baby. That's the crazy couple. Yangzi is the crazy one. Eva is fine. Don't lump her into this. She's not, you know what? You're right. It's not a crazy couple. It's a crazy man. It's a crazy man doing crazy man shit. That's them. And then you have the chill husband and wife. I don't think we're even gonna do one episode on them because they have problems, they have fights, but they just seem like a regular couple where it's like, yeah, we fight, we kind of love each other. He's kind of hot, she's kind of cute, but like we fight.
They love each other again after they seen the other 2 couples.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like after coming on the show and looking at the other 2, we already had this talk like what yesterday, right, or before. It's just like, oh, we don't belong here. Yeah, we can just go home and like stay together. Because these 2 are crazy. We're nothing like them. Like, we shouldn't even be here. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how they're feeling.
They're like, I don't think we knew what you meant when marriage is in shambles was like part of the description. We thought it meant like y'all fight. We didn't know, like, they should honestly not be together, any of these people, except for the chill husband and wife. And now you have Lee and Mai. Lee was a very famous singer, still famous, but he had a very big breakthrough song 12, 13 years ago. He has never really replicated that level of success, but he's got a cult following. He has a successful career. They live in a $5 million Beijing mansion. Mai is the mother.
Honestly, it's probably an apartment.
Oh,
I mean, when you say
yeah,
mansion,
okay, you're right. Yeah, it's like in New York. You wouldn't get like a town. Well, I don't know how to.
yeah, it's not a mansion for sure. You don't get a yard.
Oh yeah, wait,
Nobody
remember
gets a yard.
when you get a yard in Beijing and you
Yeah.
say spending time in my backyard and people know you live in Beijing?
Yeah.
That's the craziest flex you can
That's
have.
billionaire money.
Yeah, so they live in an apartment, a $5 million apartment in Beijing. They live a good life. Mai is a housewife. She is the mother of their 2 children, and she is. I have no words to describe her. You just
Flashback to the last 4 hours of stories.
you just have to go watch those episodes. I can't tell you. You could throw a thesaurus at me and I wouldn't even be able to tell you anything. So that's Mai. So with that being said, the last round we left off with talking about what were we talking about? What happened? Oh, she was sabotaging the other couples on their spending day because she wanted to be right. She has an obsession with being right, and then the whole death point thing happened where all the couples sat.
Wait, did they even do the other, the last couple's day, the last couple's tour, or did we just pass by that because it wasn't worth talking about? Because then we were talking about like doing therapy, or not necessarily therapy at the end of the last episode, but heated questions, like loaded questions, for whatever reason. And I'm assuming that would happen after all of that. I feel like we just like skipped over one of their days.
Down, and it was a moment where like I said, in any other reality show, the husband would have been canceled. But the question was, in a very open manner, point to who in this group you think is the ideal partner. The other 2 husbands pointed at their wives, and my man, Mr. Lee, pointed at somebody else's wife. And it did not go well. It did not go well at all. This is the downfall. This is the climax of the show, but it gets worse. So immediately the next day, the producers are like, you know what? We're just gonna act like we did not set you guys up for failure. We're just gonna keep rolling with it and make y'all roll with it. So we're gonna do head of the house cards. We are going to give it to one person in each couple, and obviously they give it to the person that's not as take charge in the couple. So they give it to Eva. So she has this
Oh, I was like, what do you mean by head of the house cards? I was like, okay, I get it.
card for the rest of the day, which means whatever she wants, her spouse got to do it. Her husband, Youngja, has to do it. Eva gets it. The chill husband gets it. And then Lee,
Gets it.
Mai's husband, gets it.
So they make the call.
Oof.
You cannot complain. You cannot refuse. You cannot be angry. And like, obviously, no one's asking you to do anything crazy or illegal, like go kill somebody or like, hey, lick every single in between my toes. No one's asking for stuff like that. It's just like normal stuff. No one's being unreasonable about it. But we just know things are not going to go well because the whole death pointing thing happened last night. And the whole night, Mai and Lee have been fighting. Mai has been crying for what Youngja has muttered under his breath has been the 800th time. Like, apparently there have been lots of times that she has cried that they have not aired.
Wow.
So he's just saying everyone's attempting to console her. Even the other 2 wives, instead of sleeping or instead of working on their own
No way.
marriages, they are, for again, the 800th time, just hanging out with Mai trying to make her feel better. Meanwhile, Lee, he keeps getting kicked out. Mai's like, I don't want to talk to you. Leave. So he keeps getting kicked out and he's just trying to understand what's going on. Like, he doesn't understand. He just wanted to be open. He wanted to have these open conversations with Mai, and none of this is working out the way that it should be working out. And he's just so freaking exhausted. Even when they talked right after the whole thing, like I said, he was very honest. He said the reason that he pointed at the chill wife was not because he found her beautiful, or, I mean, she is, but it's not like anything like that, which that would have been crazy. He said, I don't even talk to her. I just talked to her husband, the chill husband, because remember the very first day he said we bonded about our likes for photography, music, film, like we had a lot of the similar taste. And so we just bonded off of that naturally. And then obviously the conversation of our relationships came up, and he was talking about how his wife is honestly a very thoughtful person. He was saying how he would be interested in a camera. He would look at a camera at a store. And then for his birthday, she would leave it on his pillow. So it's like she would notice these things. And even if she is not someone who's into the hobbies that he's into, she wants to know about it. She wants to support his hobby. She wants to be involved. She wants to ask him about it.
Yeah.
And previous
Yeah, like we've gone over that, the exact same thing, conversation yesterday, where as basically his wife's romantic, and Lee's wife is not romantic, while he is constantly, well, I don't know if he's still constantly, but he was constantly trying to give her gifts, and then she just did not want them. But she does want gifts. She just doesn't want what he's giving, or if she does want it, she doesn't really care. Or she might be even the opposite, like be disrespectful about it. There's something else I was going to say too. I forgot because I was just letting it roll for so long.
previously, Mai confidently and proudly said she's not interested in getting to know her husband. Like, she doesn't find it interesting. She said, yeah, she could ask him about his taste in music, which, side note, he's a fucking musician. She said, but then he would talk for 2 hours, and then the whole time she would sit there and think about what to buy at the grocery store.
It's so crazy that she says it with a full chest.
It's like kind of weird because she's almost proud.
Yeah.
There are some people, like, I've actually met a few people before where it's like very proud to like hate their spouse publicly. And I'm like, I feel like y'all should just divorce that because that's crazy, you know?
Isn't that just like old school relationships? Question mark?
So she like publicly is like, so what? Like, I don't give a shit about him. And it's like, you're on national television, on national TV. And it's like, why are you even on there?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just like how old relationships used to be. Where just constantly complaining about your significant other. though that kind of went out of fashion, question mark. I mean, I guess not really, right? I feel like probably like a lot of people are still doing that on social media, but they're doing it to be, haha, give me views. I'm talking trash about my significant other online, uh, rather than just doing it for the game, I guess, back in the day. Now you're trying to make it lucrative, question mark. Or maybe some people aren't doing it. They're just like, I want to complain about my significant other online publicly and embarrass them.
Show then, and it just he
Like,
said,
she genuinely don't see a problem with couples having no interest in each other. Like, we have no common interest. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know?
and she's like, I don't see why I have to get to know his interests.
Right.
And she said that he is telling her that he wants to make it work, but this show, it just kind of magnified their problems, which is probably how it is. You're supposed to confront your problems, try to fix them. He said he just feels like in this relationship, she's just never happy. And he's like, I mean, I'll go get help. You keep making it seem like I'm crazy. So like, I will go get help if there's something psychologically wrong with me that I don't even see. And I think a lot of netizens thought that that was also crazy because they're saying she has gaslit him to the point where he thinks he's mentally ill. Like, he has psychological problems. And it's gnarly. And after he's opening up about all of this, he's like, I pointed at her for these reasons, and these are things that I just wish I had in a relationship. And he's so calm when he talks. He's never emotional. He never actually says anything that's mean. He never's like, you never do that for me. It's just very like, these are things I wanted. I think our problems are being magnified on this show. It's not like, see, you have so many problems and you refuse to work on them, which she doesn't want to work on them, and nobody would even really be that mad for him saying that. But her response is, I'm really calm. Like, I'm actually very calm today. I think in the process of you exploring your own heart, maybe that's what you want. She's telling him. But I'm sorry, that's no longer what I want to give. I have my own thoughts. And first of all, you don't have an apologetic attitude for pointing at her.
You don't have apologetic attitude for pointing at a different woman,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Next, just like what you said, you hope that your wife could pay special attention to your world, buy you things that you like, but you don't do that for me, so I'm not going to do it for you. You don't give, but you keep asking for it.
Are we living in the same universe, question mark? Or is it... I feel like she can't say this. She just says things, even though she knows they're not true, because she just expects that it'll go through and she'll just walk over someone. They'll just like give in. Unless I'm crazy, since isn't the entire thing that we had the entire freaking like snack talk before, where he went to go get that flew to Shanghai to get some sort of, I forget what it is. It's like a bun or something. Went to go get the snack, bought everything because he didn't know exactly what she would want, and then came back and gave it to her. But of course, she didn't care about it. She probably threw it away, right? Like, he's constantly trying to do gestures like that, and she just waves them off. Like, it's just trash, right? So it's like confusing to like, what does she mean by this? Isn't he constantly trying to be romantic, or has he stopped trying to be romantic because she doesn't care about all his attempts to be? But that doesn't mean he never was romantic. Like, she arguably never was, but he was at a period of time, might even still be. We don't know like when he stops trying to be romantic. So again, I feel like she's just lying here and hoping that he just falls over, because she's done this before, right? We saw her do it yesterday with the other girls. She lies right in front of their face and just expects them to fall in line to what her lies are, even though the lie is about them.
And okay, could some of that be valid? Netizens are like, technically, I'm sure lots of couples have been in situations where like, okay, yeah, fine. I guess it's like annoying when it's like, well, you do the change first, right? But people thought it was messed up because the way he's saying it was so genuine of like, please help me. This is what I want. This is what's happening with me. And she's like, no. If you're not doing it, I'm not doing it. And people just thought it was like, God. And then also people didn't like the fact that he has to apologize when, yeah, it's a very sad moment. Another thing, if you guys didn't watch the last episode, where he pointed at the other wife, the first thing she said while crying was, the other husbands pointed at their wives. And so people felt like it's not even that she's sad that their relationship has gotten to the point where he doesn't think she's the ideal partner anymore. It's the fact that all the other husbands did this, but he did not. That's what made her mad. And so people...
Isn't that her entire personality? Is like, oh, look at what these other... It's always been, look at what my girlfriends are getting from their husbands. It's always been that, and this is just a reflection of that, right? It's like, look at what these other girls are getting from their husbands, which is getting in the situation being pointed at by their husband. Why don't I get what my girlfriends get?
People thought the fact that he has to apologize to her for this is weird, because isn't the whole point of this being so brutally honest and being so vulnerable so that you guys can change to have a better relationship? And at this point, she just brings up divorcing. She's like, maybe we should separate then. And again, a lot of people felt like she was saying that so that she can just win this whole conversation. And she
Manipulate him into going her way, though. Also, she's already said that if they divorce, she won't have to take care of the kids anymore. She doesn't have to take care of him anymore, even though she's the one doing that. He doesn't want her to do that, and she's doing it for him, taking care of him, well, treating him like a child, like she's his mom. You know, she said, oh, she'll be free and she can just go do whatever she wants, yada yada yada. So she might want to get divorced. So she could just be saying, oh, well, let's just get divorced then, so that she can just actually do it and go be quote unquote free, even though she doesn't know how things work at Pierce, because she believes she can live off of $400 a month. But well, in Beijing or whatever that. But sure, believe what you want.
She even asked, if we divorce, can I have the kids and all the money?
Oh, okay. The lot before she said she wouldn't have to take care of the kids. She wasn't going to do that, but now she wants the kids. Okay. Before she just said she didn't. She literally said she doesn't have to take care of the kids anymore if they divorce.
That's when she asked, right now?
Yeah, she was like, so if we divorce, can I have all the kids and all the money?
Suppose we, I'm assuming she said, suppose we divorce.
That's when she asked, right now?
Yeah, she was like, so if we divorce, can I have all the kids and all the money?
Suppose we get divorced. She probably thought about it. Question mark, right? If I'm going to be as, you know, reverse as usual, because usually I would try to like take a devil's advocate. What's the opposite of that? Jesus advocate? God advocate? Angel advocate? And it's that she had a thought, or she had to think, I mean, about what she was saying the other day, where, oh, if she gets divorced, she'll be free and won't have to take care of the kids, and she can do whatever she wants. She can live off of $400 or whatever from a job that she would be getting, whatever that would be. But she had to think about that, and she probably was like, wait, if I take the kids, which I don't know if China's the same way, the woman always gets the kids first and the husband has to prove himself for whatever reason. I think if we're in this kind of scenario, so she would automatically get the kids by default from the court. And that means that he would have to pay child support, question mark, if China is like this. Thus, she probably thought about that, and she's like, wait, maybe I should take the kids to take care of them, because it's free money from him every month, and then maybe she won't have to get a job. She could just use that money instead to live off of it, since she apparently thinks she can live off of 400. So whatever he gives via child support is going to be probably way more than that if he makes a lot of money. So that she could just take the kids and not have to work. She can just use his money, still be using his money, but not be with him. I'm assuming maybe she was thinking about that, and now that's why she wants the kids. It was a long way to say that's why she wants the kids. Can kids and the money be mine?
That's crazy.
And Lee was like, Lee again is like, literally, divorce is not even on my mind. Like, I'm not going to talk to you about divorce right now. And then she's like, then you take all the money and I'll take the kids. Okay, just to give you perspective, a lot of netizens know that Lee, both of his parents passed away very early. And so he has a very strong sense of family unit with his family, because he doesn't really have other family. I don't know if he has siblings. It doesn't seem like they talk about siblings or anything. It just seems he seems very lonely family-wise. And so they have this whole conversation, and Lee's like, I'm not talking about divorce. I'm not talking about divorce. They go to sleep, they wake up, and now he is the head of the household. He's got the head of the household card. And all of his demands for Mai are so simple. All the other couples, they got bigger demands. And he said, just don't be angry. Try not to have such a salty face. And just maybe spend time making music with me. Like,
Well, I mean, he's probably already lost from the first comment of like, don't be mad. I'm pretty sure telling her don't be mad equals she's going to be mad. And the last one is like, obviously, he just wants her to partake in his hobby. Well, I mean, it's not even his hobby, it's his career, but you could argue he's doing it like just hobby-wise right now, what he enjoys doing, which we already know she doesn't care at all. She doesn't give two cruds about his job, question mark, or music. So who knows how well that's gonna go.
these are all fun things. Like, don't be angry, don't look salty, fine. And then like make music with him. That seems like a good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, she's not going to listen. So the next morning, those are his 3 demands, and the 3 couples are to get into 3 separate cars and drive on a road trip to the next destination. And the producers even
Hold on. Go back for a second.
3 couples are to get
These nice. What are these cars? Just color-coded cars.
into 3 separate cars and drive on a road trip to the next destination. And the producers even are saying, you know, this is time for you guys to have alone and to reflect on the past few days, because they didn't have a lot of couple-to-couple time. They had a lot of time with the other wives or as a group or the other husbands. There wasn't intimate moment time. A lot of the times the couples don't even sleep together, so it's like the girls will all sleep together and then the guys will sleep together. So finally, you're getting time. Immediately, Mai goes to Eva and says, "Can I ride in your car? I don't even want to be in his car."
Okay, so she just ignored every instruction and the purpose of the road trip.
And the
Yeah, she's already mad, and her her face is already salty. Whatever the heck that means. You know, that one's a bit. You could argue that request is a bit much, but I don't know. Though I'm assuming this is the car part. I just barely realized she's gonna get refused? Question mark. And then she's gonna end up in his car, and then he's gonna lose it.
purpose of the show, but also like now you're putting another couple in a weird situation where they can't say no, but also it's not their job to make you comfortable. They have their own relationship. The show is not my show. The show is three couples trying to fix their own relationships. And mind you, the other wives have been spending a lot of time trying to make Mai feel better. And so Eva is like, what? That's like, don't do that. That's too obvious. Like saying like, you're going to make him feel very...
Damn, high EQ response.
Yeah, it's just a lot. And it also happened to be Chinese Valentine's Day while they're on filming.
Wow. So that day is Chinese Valentine's Day. Okay, wow.
So the chill wife, she tries to...
So I'm guessing that was like planned on purpose, that this show would air during that moment. Though that kind of makes the show special, right? This season, because you can only do that like, what, once a year, right? So if they have another season this year, they're not going to have that unless China has a white day. And if they do, I don't know when the white day would be, question mark.
To interject, and she's like, oh, so are you guys driving? Like she's just saying like, oh, are you guys ready to drive? And Mai's like, oh, I'm gonna take their car. So at this point Eva had not said yes, but she's like, I'm gonna take their car.
She's gonna share the ride with them.
Yeah,
Again, she's just assuming that whatever she says, people will just be pushovers to what she wants.
Eva and her husband. So she's telling the other wife like, I'm gonna go with the other wife. And even the chill wife is like, huh? And Mai's like, yeah, I'm gonna ride with Eva and chat with them. And she just like storms off into the car. Yangzi, who does not care about EQ, Eva's husband,
Is she in the like passenger seat with him? Like, what the heck?
goes, hey, go away. He's like, go back to your car. What are you doing? Like, go to your car.
Crazy.
And Mai ignores them and just gets in the car. And then she goes, no, I don't want to go in that car. Yep, but why is that their problem? They don't want you in their car, clearly. Like, your problem is not their problem. Like, the whole world is supposed to revolve around you, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Also, this show is not just about you. Like, you just keep inserting yourself into everything, but like, it's not about you. The whole point of the three separate cars is finally for the couples to talk on this road trip. Like,
damn.
What do you mean? I don't know. The things that she does are very odd, and people are getting very frustrated. And people are commenting, like, Eva also has head of the household. Mai does not have head of the household card, but she's just deciding for everyone. Like, it's just so crazy. It's not even just deciding for her and her family unit. She's now deciding for everyone. So she gets in.
I don't know what you would do in this situation. Also, no, it looks like no one's sitting in the passenger seat with him. Like, what do you even do? You can't, like, physically force her to get out. I feel like the power play here, all right? Here's the power play. This is how you do it. Both of them get out of the car, leave her in the car, and they get in the car with Lee, and they just like chill with him and then leave. And they just leave her here. That's the move. Cause I don't know what else you could do. Cause she's literally throwing a temper tantrum like a child. So temper tantrum. So it's just like, okay, screw it. We're getting in the car with Lee, and you can just stay here by yourself.
In Eva and Young's car. And now the chill husband and chill wife are in one car, and Mai's husband is alone. So the chill wife and chill husband, they get into Mai's husband car. Because they're like, I mean, we're not going to let this guy drive.
Power move, even though this is the other couple. Still, power move.
Completely alone. Like, that's dumb.
That is crazy.
So she fucks up everybody's day. She fucks up the whole day for everyone. Oh my gosh.
But good for him, though. I want to...
That is
You see who's who? Hold on, let's go back.
Into Mai's husband.
So this is the chill couple, right? Like, so Mai is in the car with the actress and the quote-unquote nepo baby. And then the other couple came in here with Lee. I mean, again, I feel like the power move would have been the actress and the nepo to get into this car, but we already are saying, like, his EQ, question mark, is low. So he would never like do something like that, but these two again are chill. So they're like, okay, let's help this guy out. Again, has anybody even been helping this guy out this entire time, or they've just been watching him just get obliterated and just
They're like, I mean,
constantly kissing Mai's butt? the entire time.
We're not gonna let this guy drive completely alone. Like, that's fucked up.
That is
So she
crazy.
fucks up everybody's day. She fucks up the whole day for everyone. Oh my gosh.
Wow, so like everyone just like catering to her childishness.
Yeah, so she's like fucking up everybody. So in the end, they take 2 cars instead of 3, and nobody gets the intimate alone couple time to talk and work on their relationship because of one person.
Damn, his head of household card mean nothing to her, right?
No, she's literally outright said, I don't care. So when they arrive at the next destination, they get out of their cars. The whole road trip has just been awkward, uncomfortable. What's crazy is that she ruined everybody's day for no reason, but everyone's still trying to be in high spirits. So they get to the next.
I mean, not him. I mean, look at him. He looks miserable. Though, again, we can like read off of their positions in the car, because like, okay, did they get in his car? So he just got into the back. He probably did that himself to let them do what they wanted. Was she driving? I'm guessing she was driving, and then the husband was in the passenger seat? Question mark. For the chill couple, maybe he doesn't drive, or she likes to drive. The other way, the other car, the husband was driving, but his wife was in the back seat. Would that have been different if Mai wasn't there? Because she probably was in the back seat to keep Mai company. Question mark. Just to keep, being overly nice to her, kissing her butt. So I would like to know if she would have been in the passenger seat if Mai wasn't there. Could you argue that you can read into that? Like, why aren't you sitting next to him? Why are you sitting behind him or in the back? Because you can argue that depicts kind of like how the relationship is going. But I mean, I feel like you can't really know why with Mai being there, because she might just be there just to be next to Mai, consoling her, whatever. So she's not in the back by herself.
The next place, and they're like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. They're taking pictures. And she's like, okay, guys, well, don't worry about me. She tells them, don't pay attention to me. Don't worry about me. And everywhere they go, she's just fucking speed walking ahead. Like, she's just always off in the distance. And then people be like, are you okay? And then she'll be like, don't pay attention to me. It's okay. Like, enjoy your day. And then she'll just like speed walk into the distance. And like, let's be real. You can't not pay attention when someone's doing that. And it also throws off like the whole energy of the group. It's just like no one can genuinely have fun. No one can be not on edge. Like the whole time you're just like so uncomfortable. And what's crazy.
Now you can argue that it actually is trying to do the reverse. Like, it's sort of not necessarily reverse psychology, but you're trying to make a scene to get attention, but also at the same time you're telling people you don't want attention to make it seem like you don't want attention. But actually, this entire thing is just you doing everything you can to get attention.
Is I think it's so understandable. There are other days where one of the other couples will get into a massive fight, but when they're in a group activity, you see them so uncomfortably trying so hard to like, yeah, let's do that, yeah. Because like, that's what you do. You get into a fight with your partner, and then you show up to the party, and you're like, you're trying so hard. You're like, no, okay, that's what people are supposed to do. People are saying, but she won't do it. Like the other couples will do it, because like you see them, and it's like, sure. I literally just saw them get into the biggest fight ever 2 seconds before they came out to this dinner with every single person, and like I just saw that they were both sobbing, and they wiped their tears off, and they sat down, and they tried so hard to not make it awkward for anyone. But like she won't. So it's just people thought it was unfair. And I think it's very interesting because she's doing everything she says she doesn't want to do. So in an interview, she said, yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't want to be alone with him, and I don't want to ruin the mood for everyone. That's why she was walking ahead. But she had a very sour face the whole time, and she was walking ahead. So honestly, the mood was kind of ruined for everyone. What do you mean, right? And then they get back into the car, and she's telling Eva and Yangjie, and she's like, last night after the whole death thing, the death point thing, which doesn't call it that, but after that whole fight, she's like, he came to find me, and he just told me everything I did wrong. And the panel of judges that watched everything, they're like, that's literally not what he did. Like, that's not at all what happened. That's actually crazy. Like, he opened.
Well, she might as well be just a compulsive liar at this point. She just, well, it's not even that she's a compulsive liar. It's not like she can't help lying. Well, maybe she can't. She does whatever she can to make herself look the best she can, except it actually kind of like backfires. Because no one's falling for it a lot of the times, or they even know that she's full of it, right?
Opened up to Mai being completely vulnerable. He expressed his own emotions. He expressed his struggles. He even questioned if he needed therapy. He thought that something was wrong with him. He felt like their issues had been magnified. At no point did he say that Mai did anything wrong. The conversation wasn't even about like you. It was very like, here's how I'm feeling about it, and I just want to be open about it.
Yeah, it's like bully someone into thinking they're mentally ill is kind of screwed up. And we kind of just need them divorced, just because like if she's just gonna not understand like what she's doing is not okay, and so she's literally bullying him into thinking that he's mentally ill, then like someone needs to intervene. Like, this is not funny anymore, right? Not that it was funny to begin with, but now it's just like, okay, this is not okay. Like, someone needs to help this man before it's too late.
She never mentions that she threatened him with divorce or how she coldly was like, well, then I'll take the kids and you take the money. Like, that's a crazy, crazy comment to just throw out there.
I mean, first she said she's going to take both.
Any of that. And so at this point, Eva and Youngja, they're comforting her. And honestly, it seems half-hearted. It seems like everyone just knows if you comfort her, it's the easy way out. Because if you try to like have any sort of conversation with her, the one biggest comment that netizens have is talking to Mai is like talking to a wall. Like, you're not going to get through it. There's nothing that's going to happen. You could try to slam your head into a brick wall 500 times, but your head's going to burst open before that brick wall breaks. That's just not going to happen. And so they're just like, oh, that's messed up. Yeah, yeah. And then she still keeps going. And she's like, but don't you think he still doesn't realize that he did anything wrong today? Like, everybody was praising their wives, but he was praising another woman.
She's still on the
finger pointing.
Oh my god.
Isn't that ironic? I just feel like I'm always sitting on pins and needles. Yeah, and then she accuses her husband of speaking negatively about her constantly and making her feel like shit. But
when has the husband ever speak negative of her?
Yes, and we never really hear her speak positively of him either. I mean, she says
she's saying like he's saying the issues in their relationship, maybe.
Because that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's never, as far as we know, has never said anything bad about her, and she's just constantly saying everything bad about him.
It's weird. It seems like she almost came on the show to act like the perfect couple, and then she's pissed off that he's actually trying to work on their relationship. That's the vibe it gives.
Ah, I see.
That's the vibe.
I can see that.
Because
okay, it seems like she compares a lot, right? She's
that makes sense.
comparing with his friend, other couples. She's just upset that the husband won't play the role of like, you're on the divorce show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you doing on the divorce show? Go to a different show. There's one point where she has to guess his favorite color, and she guesses white, but he actually says it's green. And she goes on like this whole thing where
that is a stark contrast.
she's like, but you never wear green.
Oh my god.
And then he's like,
oh
no,
my
but
god, this is crazy.
Yeah, and
this is
like,
crazy.
Yeah. And she's like, no, but that's weird because you never wear green. You don't have any clothes that are green, which is like weird because I don't know if everyone just like wears their favorite color all the time.
Yeah, even that.
Citation needed. He literally threw away all of his clothes at one point in the relationship because she wouldn't stop pestering him about there not being space in the closet, and she wouldn't communicate on exactly what she wanted, so he just lost it and threw all his clothes away. So, you know, maybe he doesn't have any green clothes because he threw them all away.
Could be a conversation like crazy.
Yeah, and she just seems like annoyed.
It's not even the moment. It doesn't seem like she's like reflecting like, oh, that's fascinating. I don't know how I didn't think of that. It's more so like, no, you don't wear green.
Yes.
So, like, I don't believe you.
And another thing is like people were saying that's the energy you have in another reality show where couples are like trying to win a prize. It's like, no, like now it's like about competitiveness. Like, you don't even wear green. Like, come on, we gotta get the point, right? But for this, it's a divorce show. It's like, you're not winning anything but a divorce. Like, I'm so confused. Everyone's confused because yes, you get points, but the points are for later to see progress. It's not because it's a competition.
Yeah.
When they get out of the car again, Youngja is like trying to ease things over, and he's probably sick of Mai being all up in his business. So he's like, Lee, you should come say good morning to your wife. And Mai turns to him and goes, did you ask me for my permission?
To Youngja?
Yeah. And all the comments are like, did you ask for permission when you went into their car? 你有问过我意见吗?
Do you ask
Actually insane.
my opinion?
And then she proceeded to announce loudly, I'm just going to stick to Eva the entire day.
Eva's like, SOS.
And again, did she ask for Eva's permission? And also, Eva is here for her own journey, you know?
Does she have the, doesn't Eva have the head of the house card right now? Question mark. Can't she just be like, go away?
That doesn't make any sense. And then someone reminds her, like, it's the head of the house today. You know, you have to follow the rules. And even Lee on the side, the husband goes, it's okay, I'm just not going to use the card. It's another thing that Mai always complains about how her husband doesn't save her face.
Ugh.
Which I hate that so much. I hate that phrase a lot. I hate that phrase. Okay, I don't know if it's the phrase I hate because it's a phrase also commonly used in East Asian households. If you hurt my feelings in front of other people, I'm going to be upset with you because you hurt my feelings. And there happen to be other people. But I think it's crazy when it's like about saving face. Saving face is like making you look good in front of people, like saving your reputation, saving your...
Yeah, I mean, I use the term saving face a lot, but that's usually in response to these videos and saying like people are trying to save face.
face in front of other people. So she's saying that he never saves her face, like never rescues her in these moments, but she's always saving his face. Meanwhile, nobody sees that. Like,
yeah, where?
she's just
Yeah, when? Where? You know, like, where? Like, where? The where? Mai is the saving face in the room with us right now? Mai? Like, when and where?
on his face all the time. Even the other couples, Youngja, dumpster fire. Arguably so much worse than Mai. But even head of the household days, he's waking up early, he's carrying Eva's bags, he's holding her hand throughout the day. Like, there's a lot. And even the chill wife, she's writing love poems for her husband. She that's his wake up service. Yeah, he has her wake up service. Yeah.
Yes.
Just like dear love. That's his alarm, you know? Everyone's making effort, but she will not talk to her husband. And they're trying to tell her, Mai, today is head of the household day. Like, you have to cater to him. You need to make him feel like he's truly the head of the household. And she announces in front of the whole group. Again, she like went on rants about saving face. And she said, all right, but the problem is, as someone who's about to get a divorce, and even Youngja is like, no, this is the rules of the game. Okay, you gotta play the rules of the game. It's like the spirit of the game. People say Youngja, like the only time he seems normal is in front of Mai. So I don't know, what is this?
Real recognizes real, I guess.
Yeah, like they be communicating. Maybe they should. I don't know. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But like, I don't know. And Lee the whole time is trying to reconcile with Mai. He's helping her take pictures, asking her if she needs water, like running after her as she's storming away. It's just a lot.
I mean, that's just like their relationship usually, right? If she does this, he's just trying to do everything he can to be like, hey.
It's just a lot. And they've been married for so long. Like, at that point, it's so exhausting. Just sit down. Speed walking is more exhausting than communicating. Trust me. Just sit down and be like, hey, I wish you would do this. And then you'd be like, okay, it's that simple. And then you're like, oh, okay. Literally the coffee thing. Just do that. It's fine.
What did he even ask for? Don't be mad, which she's already failed. Don't have whatever kind of face he asked for. That's already failed. The last thing was like just enjoy spending time with him doing his hobby. Question mark, right?
He's doing everything to please Mai, but she is ignoring everything. She does not consider his dignity, his feelings. When she's interviewed about this, she said, there's just a big issue in our relationship, and I don't really want to do this head of the household day. I don't care to do it just for appearances or to save face.
What?
Yeah. Even when they had to go up the stairs, he's like writing things for her, like, I just want to stay together forever. He's like trying to console her, and she doesn't care. She says, yeah, I mean, they were asking us to do an activity where we write about what we want most in life, and he wrote down stay together forever. I don't think that's what I want. And everyone in the comments is like, God, she doesn't want anything. Nothing is what she wants. The fucking green rice cakes weren't what she wants. Nothing is what she wants. Everyone's getting frustrated to the point where it was so uncomfortable the whole day. She keeps walking ahead. Everyone keeps trying to keep up with her. People are trying to comfort her. She even does this thing where the chill wife walks up to her and is like trying to comfort her. And she's like, you really don't have to stay with me. Like, spend time with your husband. There's no need for you guys to not spend time together on my account. It's completely unnecessary. Like, it's very rare that you guys have time together. So go.
I mean, she's actively trying to get her to go, but playing it off as like that's not what she wants, but she just wants her to get the heck out of there. Yeah, she's just trying to be the center of attention as usual, right? She can't help but try to get everyone to pay attention to her.
Your husband, there's no need for you guys to not spend time together on my account. It's completely unnecessary. Like, it's very rare that you guys have time together. So go. After you just like broke up everyone for the road trip, like that's actually crazy for you to say. You were the reason that nobody was able to spend time with each other. Yeah. Even now, nobody can spend time with each other because how can they? How can they try to reconcile their relationship when you walk 20 yards away and you got big ass sunglasses on and you're just like the angriest Secret Service the whole time? Like, I would not be able
I didn't even notice how big they were.
to do anything. I would be so scared. While boarding a boat, Lee is trying to take Mai's hand to steady her, pushes his hand away, and she deliberately chooses a seat by herself, making everyone feel uncomfortable. It's just all day. She just keeps saying, you don't have to pay attention to me. Like, just do your thing. Don't go spend time with your spouse. Like, don't split up on my account. Like, go. But how?
Like, how are they just keep putting up with it? I mean, the guy who's kind of just like he's not really a himbo, right? But we'll refer to him as a himbo. The himbo guy, he kind of, you expect him to just be like explode because he does kind of tell it like it is sometimes, but like how is everyone just okay? I mean, no one wants to get involved in someone else's relationship, even though we're literally on a show about relationships. But I don't know. Yes. Hello. Well, I guess good morning for you and Merry Christmas. It's still nighttime, obviously here. It's 9:30 p.m. Christmas night? Question mark. Again, I'm guessing it's morning when I say good morning. And once again, Merry Christmas. Yeah, like I'm still so surprised that nobody has tried to defend, unless she hasn't talked about it. Nobody has tried to like actively defend Lee. Even though Mai is just constantly losing it all day, every day on the show, they're just constantly babying her. Question mark. Even though she's constantly always the one in the wrong. And it's like, can we at least be on Lee's side for like a split second and just tell her to stop acting this way? Just stop it. Get some help.
How can they? It's like her actions and her words are just not matching up. If that's the case, go sit next to your husband and then just be like, hey, you're so annoying, I don't want to talk to you.
Oh yeah, before I end up forgetting, because I'm going to end up forgetting, this, I have a meme here. It's not really a meme. It's just an image I like. I'm probably going to show another one first. It's just a funny thing, because it is Christmas. So it's still Christmas for me. Here it is. I'm like waiting for it to, there. I'm just going to put it over here so I can look at it first. There we go. It's just a silly meme. There we go. Yeah, interesting theory, Santa denier. There's just one problem. Santa is filling your stocking full of coal, and I'm filling you full of lead. I just think that's funny. There's also this one, which is just simple. Oh, why did it open another one? Well, you can see there. Merry Christmas, and it's just like, you're about to get shot. I don't know why I just find that so funny. You can see that? Yeah, you can see it.
And don't talk to him! But when you're sitting all the way away, everyone has to get involved now. Because there are other times where the other spouses are like, yeah.
I think that just faded for a second. I think I showed my background. I mean, again, it's nothing. It's just this, right? Pokemon.
I'm not going to interact with my spouse because we just got into a fight, but I'm also not going to make it a big deal. Lee is on the boat trying to give her snacks, trying to engage with her, attempt conversation. She absolutely just does not care, to the point where she outright just disrespects him and turns to the group and says, I don't want to talk to him, and starts laughing.
Starts laughing?
Yeah, like just acts like he doesn't exist. And again, this is like a full-grown adult with children. Like, it's just not adult behavior. It's not really acceptable behavior. I don't even know if it'd be appropriate as like a 20-something-year-old. It's just weird. It makes everyone uncomfortable. I don't know what the point of that is. And it's gotten to the
Isn't it ironic? I'm kind of just realizing that she treats everyone else like children. She treats her husband like a children. Like a children. Did I say like a children? Treats her husband like a child. But like she's the one acting like a child right now. Possibly always acting like a child.
to the point where the group is so uncomfortable. Now everything is Lee's problem. They tried everything they could with Mai, doesn't care. So now the group are turning their efforts to the husband and they're saying, you have to say something to Mai before she storms off again.
Oh.
Like, you have to say something to her before she storms off. You have to try to stop before she walks away again. Like, so now it's like, people are saying
It's always his responsibility to fix things.
they understand why the rest of the group did that, but this is why Mai is the way she is, because you can't get through to her. So then everyone will just make her husband appease her, and that's why she feels entitled to act this way.
Oh, because everyone's telling the husband to do something.
First of all, everyone's catering to her.
Yeah.
Which,
Yep.
maybe she likes that, maybe she
The entire show. That's what they've been doing, and that's why she keeps getting away with what she's doing.
feels justified in her anger. I don't know, but it enables her to keep doing it. Like, you know, that's why usually, like, with children, if they throw unreasonable tantrums at a certain age, people say you're not supposed to engage and, like, constantly be like, how can we make this better? How can we make this better? When it's like, no, you just can't eat 5 bowls of sugar before dinner. Like, you just can't, and that's okay. And so that's
They were basically Pavlov to this point, right? She knows that if she acts a certain way, everyone's going to start kissing her butt, and she'll get away with it and not be punished. Even though she's a grown woman, and it's weird to even be using these terms for someone who isn't a child. But that's what's happening, because no one wants to just stand up to her for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why.
that's kind of what people were trying to say in the comments. That's what a lot of the panel were saying, but she just refuses.
I guess we don't have any combative personalities here.
Even her husband is like, come back, Mai, like, let's talk. And she's like, no, I can walk faster without you. And eventually he's
Damn.
like, don't you have to listen to me? I'm the head of the household.
Oof.
And she said, we
Oh.
don't even have a home anymore, so there's no head of the household.
What? Excuse me?
Then she runs off, and the rest of the group are now dogging on the husband. Like, go run after her. Like, come on, chase.
It's so annoying that it has to be this way. Like, the woman constantly has to be pampered, and then the guy has to always be the one in the wrong, and constantly has to. Well, in this situation, like, he constantly has to be the one to do everything or fix everything, or it's always his fault. Because we're constantly having him, like, they're constantly trying to get him to do this, which just makes it seem in his mind probably like it's his fault, question mark. And then with her, because they keep pandering to her, it makes her feel validated / vindicated in her feelings. So it makes him feel worse, and it makes her feel better.
Chase after her.
They're open.
If there's only so long that can, I know it's been 1 second that I paused, but that can only go on for so long before, like, again, he snaps. Which I was saying, like, apparently she's gonna make him, who knows what she's gonna make him admit to in this car in the future, which kind of just makes it seem like, okay, he's about to admit that he's mentally ill, or not admit to, he's going to be tricked into believing that he's mentally ill when he's not, because he hasn't done anything yet in this entire show to be like, oh yeah, he's mentally ill. The only thing I would say he's mentally ill is, like, doing whatever she wants him to do. Like, maybe you could argue that, yeah, she's broken him into being mentally ill with how she behaves, but outside of that, like, no. Like, she's the one has issues.
Over it.
Yeah, they're like, we can't do it. You got to do it now. Like, do everything you can because we're over it. They're like, go. So they try everything. And I will say, Lee has a very dumbass moment.
Dumbass moment is
Oof.
Everyone in the comments was like, oh no. Oh no, why'd you do that? Oh no. Even the panel were like, oh no, don't do that. Before we saw what he was thinking.
okay. Give me the scene. Let me guess.
Stairs.
Stairs. Okay.
Sure.
Everyone kind of has like little backpacks or tote bags, and
Uh-huh.
there's stairs. Tries to hold her hand. She's not having any of it. She's like, don't touch me, okay? Don't touch me.
Sure, duh.
He's like, I have the head of the household card. And then she's like, don't touch me. And she's like, if I say no, it means no, which, like, I agree. But also, it's like, it's a lot right now.
So, okay. Let me guess. He started walking up
No.
up the stairs.
No.
No. Huh.
Youngju walks by,
Uh-huh.
and like technically he started all of this because he's the one that was like, oh my god, Mike's gonna cry again, and then she started crying, remember? And then he's smiling and he goes, oh my god, am I gonna be on the top trending list for starting all of this? Are they gonna cancel me?
我会不会被骂成热搜？那我引起的。
And everyone's
So will they criticize? I didn't see exactly what it says.
oh my god, am I gonna be on the top trending list for starting all of this? Are they gonna cancel me?
我会不会被骂？
Will I be criticized and trend
上热搜，那我引起的。
And everyone's
That's all because of me.
this wants to be on the trending list so bad. He's like, stop. This is all my fault. Are they gonna make me trend?
Wait, I don't get it.
Youngjae is like, this fight is because of me. Are they gonna make me trend online?
Because of me.
Yeah, it's because of me. So like, am I gonna be on the trending list on Weibo on Twitter? And Eva's just climbing up the stairs like, I gotta go. I can't deal with all of this right now. Like, you guys are a mess. And so she's just standing on the middle of the steps, refusing to walk. She's like, I don't want to walk with you. Don't touch me. I don't want to walk with you. I know there's gonna be people in the comments that are like, okay, girl, like me when I'm mad, right? And everyone is like, sometimes relationships are weird. Sometimes people do weird things, right? But this is a lot. This is a lot. It's one thing if this is just a solo vacation, you two, even then, it's not something you should be proud of. It's kind of embarrassing. You know, we're all embarrassed of all of our own fights, right? But to do it in front of a group of people, inconvenience a group of people, and then to do it on national TV and feel justified doing it is like kind of crazy. So
Did she like mess up with what she said earlier? Because she said Lee was going to do something dumb. Like, it's a really dumb moment. Does she mean the himbo question mark? Because I don't think she said Lee said that. Like, the himbo was the one saying that influencer stuff. Is that was supposed to be the moment of like, oh, that's a really stupid thing to say? Or was she just saying like Lee tries to hold her hand and that's what she's upset about? Because that's nothing. I feel like he's been trying all sorts of things to get her attention. That's like just what he's been doing all day. So I feel like she accidentally said Lee, but what she meant was the himbo guy.
So she's just like, don't touch me. I don't want to walk with you. And she's refusing to move on the middle of the steps.
Okay, so
he can't walk away because
he picked her up.
he can't walk away because then she's gonna be like, how dare you walk away from me?
Yeah. He puts her on his back.
He tries to. Now Lee is a very frail boy.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this is the stupid moment. Yeah, I mean, he's a skinny guy. He's a toothpick. She's...
He tripped.
He tries to carry
Question
her.
mark.
He tries to scoop her up like a princess,
Okay.
and he almost instantly drops her, and it is catastrophic. And we just know this is an even bigger before the storm situation, and every single person, even the panel, is like, fuck.
Yeah. Sure, that was a dumb move.
Okay, so he tried to princess pick her up, but then he fell, right?
Yeah.
It was at the end of it, or he's tried other methods.
No, they get up the stairs, but it's not gonna be good.
What exactly is going on?
This is just gonna add to her anger. She doesn't say it in the moment, but just know she'll be thinking about it. She'll be back.
Because why? Why? Because he fell.
Yeah, it's not even going to be because he's weak. It's going to be, oh, you made me look like I'm, overweight. You couldn't carry me up the stairs? Were you trying to say I'm overweight? Question mark? You trying to show everyone that I'm fat? Huh? Like, it's going to be something like that, right?
Fell.
She's already pretty insecure. And
And
like, you know
wait,
what?
did
I get insecure about stuff like that too.
Did he
Yeah.
pick her up, or did she walk? Exactly.
She walked, yeah.
Oh, after the
Yeah.
failed attempt. Got it.
She just is not having a good day. And like, I get you, girly. But also, like, if you had just like walked next to him, not even holding his hand, I don't think people would have done that. So anyway, people are confused. Some people are commenting, my husband used to think I was difficult until I showed him this season. A lot of girlies are saying, my husband is kissing the floor I walk on right now as we speak right now because he thought I was crazy. All the other people are like, this is actually getting ridiculous. The entire group should ignore her. Like, this is actually insane. Other people are saying like, I'm so exhausted just watching. Imagine living with someone like that. So after this very exhausting afternoon of everybody walking around eggshells, the whole group, not just Lee, everyone
Yeah, everyone needs to stop kissing her butt, but I feel like the show's over already, so it doesn't even matter.
sighing like, oh, I'm so exhausted, And everyone is just trying so hard to cater to Mai. At one point, to get to the next place, the chill wife comes up to Mai and offers to hold her backpack. And so Mai gives it to her, and she sarcastically goes, oh, so this is what it feels like to be taken care of.
Girl, like, come on.
Yeah,
Just
no.
like shut up for a
Lee has literally done so many things for her this show, question mark. It is tiring. It's like, shut up.
second.
Like 2 seconds. Just like,
Not everything you say has to be like a fucking shot at someone. Like, come on.
Yeah,
It's,
like-
it's getting so annoying.
like you can have neutral comments. Like
Yes.
a good old, thank you.
Yes.
That would have been perfect for this
Yes.
moment, actually. Like
Uh-huh.
things can be neutral to positive. Like that was crazy and uncalled for.
Uh-huh.
Uncalled for. People are commenting like, did he not take care of you this entire time? Like what were we watching? I don't know what you
Yeah, exactly.
were saying, but this was not what we were watching. And so everybody just had enough of her. Finally, Youngjae and Eva are walking hand in hand. And this was like a whole thing. Eva says he never holds her hand. It's like a thing. Like they live in 2 different worlds. They have their own different lives. So this is like a big thing for them to finally be like, you know what? Let's enjoy the moment together where we're not thinking about our own world, our own work, our own problems, like just you and me.
I'm so excited for this Young's episode because I've seen like some videos on him. His lore is crazy.
And so finally, Mai suddenly walks up to them, interjects, and goes, look, my jacket zips all the way up.
I ain't got nothing to say to that.
That's a neutral comment, right?
It's giving, and it has pockets. Like, just imagine, you've been pissing off everyone all day. They finally have a moment without you. You walk up, and it has pockets. I would be so pissed. I would be so pissed. Oh my god, I would literally cry. 'cause
What was that about?
She just like, I don't know. No one knows. Nobody knows. And then
That... I literally don't have anything to say, but it hurts.
She notices that they're like not, this is not the move.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, never mind, you two continue. How can they continue after that? And then she starts walking away really fast. And everyone's like, you clearly wanted them to pay attention to you. And then you feel like it's inappropriate. So then you're like, never mind, you continue. But you really want them to chase after you. So she like just does just enough so she can always hit back with a, what do you mean? I told them to continue. So they get to the next destination. They see a group of elderly women. And they're sharing their love advice. You know, they've been married for so long. Obviously, the advice is very profound. Poison them. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, the advice is very nice. And Lee thought, okay, he's trying everything. He's a very logical man. But he said, clearly, she wants an emotional grand gesture. So I will publicly beg for forgiveness in front of everybody. He borrows the microphone of one of the elderly ladies. He was like, what the okay, and he says, I want to publicly apologize to my wife today. I'm not very good at making my wife feel better, but it is my duty to do so. And I know that it's Chinese Valentine's Day, and I upset my wife again yesterday in front of everyone. I just want to say how much I love my wife, and I hope to be with you for the rest of our lives, and I hope that we can learn to tolerate each other's shortcomings. And I want to tell you, I love you very, very much. You are the person in this world that I love the most, and I wish you a very beautiful Chinese Valentine's Day, and I hope you can be happy.
Oh, is it sweet? Was it sweet?
It was really sweet. And people, even the group, netizens were like, wow, he's doing a lot, like all day. Usually a guy, you're like, leave me alone. After like the third leave me alone, you're like, where'd you go? Hello? All day. He's like, it doesn't matter how disrespected, how uncomfortable, how like, honestly, the way she rejects him is pretty demeaning too. Like I would have a hard time coming back from her rejections. It would just, I would be so, I could not keep going. He goes.
I feel like we can't get on Lee for just constantly catering to, like, someone needs to be like, hey, stop. But everyone keeps telling him, hey, no, keep chasing, keep giving her what she wants, even though she's in the wrong. And he's probably been doing this for however long they've been together, which is probably why she's like this. But I feel like if that's probably not going to work, right? It never works. I don't know. Again, I keep thinking of other things too, and I keep forgetting exactly what I want to say about that.
All day and even does this publicly.
Oh yeah, that. I don't know if just ignoring her would have been the best thing, because she wants the attention. But if he just does not pay her any attention, will she just stop? Will she finally be like, okay, it's not working anymore, I gotta change? She just said, like, oh well, the husband stops paying attention after like 3 attempts, and you're like, oh, where's husband? Where's my husband at? Right? Like, as if that is the answer. It's just if they tell you to leave him alone, you leave him alone, and then they come looking for you. Question mark.
Giving her so much space until her pride is satisfied so that she can finally forgive him. And he even takes out the small gift that he prepared, and he said, because we've been on the show for like a week and a half, you know, I couldn't prepare anything. All I had with it was this gift for you, and it's a drawing that I made. And it was a drawing where he says that she looks like these 2 very famous, very beautiful celebrities, and it was like a whole thing that they were talking about with the portrait people.
Wait, he drew her?
Yeah, and it's pretty.
It looks like her.
Why is that? Like, you can unwrap this completely. Obviously, she's gonna be like, oh, the drawing. She's gonna say the drawing's bad, but she's gonna say like, why is, you know, why is this there? Like, this can only go so horribly. We already know this is gonna hit the fan.
Yeah. And she's smiling, and then he drew cow poop and a fresh flower in the cow poop. Yeah, okay, so apparently this is a very common Mandarin thing where you say a flower stuck in cow poop.
Yeah.
And mainly the idea is that a man is so utterly unworthy of a woman.
Yeah.
And like
when
sure.
you see a very pretty girl with a very ugly man, you're like, why is this flower in
cow poop?
Cow poop, yeah.
Okay, so the analogy is good, but I don't want to be mean. I feel like she doesn't deserve this.
And so he's
I mean, in the way, like, she doesn't deserve this kindness.
literally saying in front of everyone, publicly, on national TV, I'm cow shit and you are the flower.
Yeah.
And all the netizens are like, okay, so everyone in this couple is delusional, huh? Because that's crazy. That's not what we were seeing. I'm not saying she's cow poop. We're just saying that maybe both of you guys are flowers, but very different types of flowers. And when the group saw this, they were cheering immediately, and they're just like, it's like everyone is trying to be a supporting actor in Mai's drama. They're trying to clap, and they're cheering, hug him, hug him.
That's a step, right? For her to really just take that lead and take the branch and, yes, go ahead. Young's to start saying some shit again.
And is she just gonna still be... I mean, she's gotten all her attention, so what more could she, like, aspire for in this scenario that she's created to, like, force all these people, like, ruining their days to give her attention? Like, she clearly should be full on attention and be like, okay, I can stop being like this.
He's like, see, this is beautiful. Like, come on, like, let's get a picture. And it cuts to Mai's interview. I was angry because of the portraits the painter drew, and then he drew me a picture.
She mad?
She mad.
Because
What did I say? She would be mad about the drawing.
it's another painting?
She's saying, like, she was offended
By the drawing.
by the drawing where it looked like a man. And then he drew her something else. So she's like, I was upset about a drawing. So what does he do? Give me a drawing? Crazy.
Damn. I think she just wanted
How did I know?
like a Chanel bag. Like she mentioned at the very beginning.
She mentioned multiple times about her friend's husband who always gives her lavish gifts.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
It's been like, what, a week and something, she said? She hasn't gotten another a Chanel bag? Chanel bag every day?
want people to know she's materialistic. And
She says, he didn't even pay attention to my needs and what I want when apologizing. It's stupid because I cried over a drawing and you're giving me a new drawing? Maybe he's sincerely hoping to make me feel better, but it's not what I want at all. And all the comments were saying what you were saying. No, but she just wants a bag. No, but like she literally just wants something expensive.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But like, damn, do we have to be a part of this emotional journey? Like, holy shit.
she'll never fully be happy until she gets the biggest and best bag among her friends.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah,
And the
of
drawing
course.
was good. And I actually thought the drawing was, am I about to cry? Because you draw me stuff all the time. I thought the drawing was good because it's like, if you have such a bad feeling of someone's drawing, it's almost like him being like, no, this is how you look in my eyes. That's not how you look in my eyes.
And drawing is fucking hard. Like, it takes so much effort. Drawing a person, it's even harder because it's gotta look like them and it's gotta look good.
Yeah.
That's fucking hard.
Which is why he draws me as a Shalambao
Yeah.
a lot of the time. But it's like, I thought it was really cute. I'm gonna cry. But she was very upset about it. And right afterwards, she's talking to Eva and she's like, oh, are you disappointed
Their arms are
that you
linked.
didn't get anything for Valentine's Day because we've been on this show?
Who's talking to who?
Maya's talking to Eva.
What?
Because she got, the drawing for Valentine's Day, I guess. And then she's like, oh, yeah, because all of us are on the show. Like, you guys probably didn't get anything. And Eva was like, oh, no, he got me a gift this morning. And then she's like, what? It's like a jade necklace.
Oh my god, here we go.
Why is she doing this? She should know that she shouldn't have said anything. I feel like this is like an oof on her part. Unless she's trying to just burn the house down. She's like, screw it, I'm tired of this. Let me just set the whole house on fire.
And then the first comment is, look at how expensive your gift is. Like, this is the
Oh
most
my
expensive one. Your gift is the most expensive one. And then
Ugh.
Yangzi comments, also, this guy is fucking crazy too, okay? The important thing is, it comes from the heart.
Shut up, gum.
Also, all he did was open his wallet, okay? It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, it comes from the heart. But she goes, yes, but the most important thing is he put into effort getting you a gift. Like, this is amazing. So him going out...
Arguably, the drawing is way.
What do you mean put in the effort? To put in the effort to swipe your credit card at the store? Or even just go on Amazon and order it? Like what? I'm not necessarily Amazon, but go to wherever, get it ordered and sent here. But they probably went to the store and got it. Or had someone go get it for them to bring it here. Like he actually had to like spend time drawing and writing the little thing that he did. Like that's actual effort.
Way more effort. Way more
Okay.
thoughtful effort, time, like,
No,
emotions.
It's not even that. Okay, all Yangzi did is pay money for a jade bracelet or necklace,
Yeah.
which also Lee could do, but she always gets mad at him for spending money. So he didn't do. He spent all day chasing after her, getting publicly humiliated on national TV, and then at the end, he gave this grand old speech, publicly humiliating himself more, and then had this drawing prepared.
Yeah.
When honestly, a lot of people don't even think that he should be sorry, and he still did all of this, and she thinks that Yangzi is amazing.
See, she will never be happy. Like, it doesn't matter. Even when he buys her things, she's still unhappy.
Yeah.
She's never, ever, ever happy. And again, like
yeah.
the fact that she said, like, your gift is the most expensive, meaning, again, she's comparing the gift among her little circle again. And that's all she cares about.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
And like, if you just wait until the Yangzi video, because he would never humiliate himself for his wife. Like, he would never do anything that makes him feel society-wise less of a man for his wife, the mother of his children. But Lee is like ready to kiss the floor she walks on for forgiveness. Yeah, after this episode aired, Mango TV had to hire 8 new editors and 8 post-production interns for this season of See You Again. And everyone said all the editors quit because they were pissed off by mine.
Shut up.
Yeah, they were like, nah, I'm getting pissed off just watching. Imagine the unedited footage. Imagine the hours of footage to go through. And they're like, I'm suffocating watching 40-minute episodes. Suffocated. Imagine the raw footage. So the next day is another start of another couple trip. And this time they're like, okay, so the couples are going to do their own things. The producers are like, you get 3 options to choose from. And they've got all the couples lined up outside. And they're like, so one couple is going to go to the zoo. One couple is going to go on a hot air balloon ride. And the other couple is going to go horseback riding.
Okay, well, first off, they should not be in the hot air balloon because we need to have this guy on like, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. We need to make sure that he doesn't do anything to himself, so he's not allowed on the hot air balloon. Horses, it's too dangerous? Question mark. And if something happens, she's just gonna get mad. So I feel like you have to go to the zoo, but all of these are bad. Go to the zoo, animals might do something weird, or it would smell, and she's gonna be upset about that. Hot air balloon, she might actually make this guy jump out of the hot air balloon, and we can't have that happening. The horseback, she might end up getting herself hurt, and that's not good. Or he might hurt himself, and then she won't care. So now it's just like extra. Like, and he's hurt himself, nobody cares about him, or she hurts herself. Everybody's gonna care about her. So. Either like none of these options are good.
Chill couple immediately are like, hot air balloon, hot air balloon. They're like so excited, they're like, we love the hot air balloon, right? And then Yangzi is like, we like horseback riding, I wanna go horseback riding. And then you just see Mai's face change. She looks pissed off. And like, this is crazy. She looks so pissed off and everyone is so scared of her that the chill husband goes, you know what, let Mai and Leaf choose first. Because
Just let her go to the zoo, because again, hot air balloon and the horseback is too dangerous.
we don't want to ruin our lives, right? Just let them choose first. Like, everyone is walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And like, does it suck that everyone's just shouting what they want? Yeah, maybe, but like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And
Like we need a constant like welfare check that's what it's called, on like Lee. So like we can't allow him to on that hot air balloon.
It's like, no, it's fine. I want to go on the hot air balloon with you guys. So she wants to
Not this again.
go on the hot air balloon
Bruh.
with the chill husband and the chill wife.
Bro.
He says, no, we want to spend some time together. And remember, she said, no, you guys, remember yesterday? She went, you guys, it's rare you guys get to spend time together. Go.
Yes,
Remember?
yes.
And she said, but you two can be together every day.
She cannot be serious.
And so finally the other husband is like, the hot air balloon can't hold that many people.
There's room for exact 2.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. You keep interrupting the other couples. To this point, netizens downgraded her from a wall to a lamppost. They said,
I mean, it's good like counter to be like it only holds 2 people.
it's like talking to a lamppost. There's no getting through. There's like the lights aren't even on. The lamppost doesn't even have a light bulb right now. Like people are saying this is just insane. There's no nunchi, and if she has nunchi, which is like emotional EQ, reading the room, if she has it, it's even worse because she's choosing to ignore it, which is even worse. It just was a lot, and I think everyone could sense the energy of Mai was so insane. I think even her husband has way better nunchi than her because Lee is like, she's about to get canceled online. So he says, let me take care of this. He said, okay, well, if you guys are taking the hot air balloon, because he's like, you guys go take the hot air balloon. We won't do the hot air balloon. And she's got a bad back, so she can't go horseback riding. And the chill wife, I think she's sick of her too. She's like, well, I mean, Youngja already chose horseback riding anyway. And so then he's like, oh yes, okay, so we'll go for the remaining one. We'll go to Animal World. And then the chill wife says, oh, she's afraid of animals. Talking about Mai. So Mai had already told the girls, the wives, that she's scared of animals.
Oh, wow.
And Eva is like, oh yeah, she's afraid of animals. And Mai says, he doesn't even know. And the husband says, the animals are in a cage, right? And
Who said this exactly?
the husband, Lee, is like, the animals are in a cage, right? Like, it's a fucking zoo.
Yeah.
You know, like, I get it. You know, okay, I'm just gonna be so for real with you. I think Lee is just trying not to get his wife tore up on the internet because this.
Yeah, it's we already seen him try to save her, aka save face for her, constantly. So he's just once again trying to save face for her.
When it's unfolding, it's not looking good. Especially after yesterday, you're gonna try to do this again today, Mai. It's too much. One day, unacceptable. 2 days, now this is who you are. This is, you cannot run from this, right? So he's like, let me do some damage control. Let's just go with the only remaining option. There's only 3. It's not like we had 10 and I chose the worst one.
Also, if she's afraid of animals, it means the horseback isn't good either.
We had one option, and that's the one I chose because I didn't have a choice. And so she looks at him and goes, look, you go to Animal World and I'll go ride the hot air balloon with them.
Bro.
This way, everyone's needs can be met. I'm sorry.
We just said it only holds 2. Stop.
In what world would everyone's needs be met? Because now you're impeding on their date and they already told you they want to spend alone time. So like, why do you have to do this? And it becomes this whole freaking thing where she's genuinely fighting him in front of everybody. And he's trying to tell her, well, they already chose the hot air balloon. And I
Hold
didn't.
up, go back. I wanted to see it.
She's genuinely fighting him in front of everybody. And he's trying to tell
Looking at his like gestures, he had his hand like tap. But I thought he might be like tapping a lot, like furiously, but no, he just did it for a second. So I don't know if that means anything of like how he actually feels on the inside or not.
her, well, they already chose the hot air balloon. And I didn't hear Youngja choose horseback riding, but even if he hadn't chose horseback riding, you have a bad back. There's no way to ride a horse with a bad back. Yes, you're scared of animals, but at least they're in cages. I thought in my logical brain, that's the only thing we can do. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. She won't give up. She's still mad at him. So in the end, he is backed into the corner and then he said, okay, I'm just gonna choose a hot air balloon.
Oh, so he's choosing hot air balloon.
Yeah, he's being the bad guy and he's choosing the hot air balloon. And the chill couple are like, yeah, you guys go hot air balloon. And if I were the chill couple, I'd be like, at this point, I'm fucking 2 weeks deep into this shit. I'm mad. Okay, I'd be like, no, I wanna go on a hot air balloon. But she's so sweet. She's like, I like animals. Like, we'll go to the zoo. Yeah, like, let's go to the zoo. It's fine. And so she's like, I just want to connect with my husband. Like, let's just get away from mine. Let's just leave. I just want to go. Let me get in the car.
Which
and
direction
fucking
you going,
go.
Mai?
Yeah.
You're going west?
Again, like I said, like that hot air balloon is the worst case scenario. Again, he needs to be like bolted down to that thing. I mean, he's not going to do anything, but I would be worried about that.
Okay, we're going east. Let's go.
I don't even know where the zoo is, but opposite direction right now. Mai does not thank anyone. She doesn't like say, hey, sorry guys, I know you guys chose the hot air balloon, but like I'm scared of animals. She doesn't say any of that. Instead, she just attacks her husband. She said, I just really want to say something. And I'm like,
I wanted to say something.
usually when wives be like, I just want to say something. I'm like, say it, say it, say it, say what's on your mind. With Mai, I'm like, don't say it. How about we learn to never talk again? Like,
Well, I mean, all she's doing is saying.
don't say anything.
All she's doing is
She
talking.
says, I just really want to say something. When you were talking about the zoo, both the chill wife and Eva both said I was afraid of animals. And so she's like, you didn't know I was afraid of animals, right? And Lee, the husband, turns to her on national television, and this man is over it. He says, we have been to the zoo many times with our kids. The animals will not hurt you. We have been to regular zoos. We've been to safari zoos. We've been to wildlife zoos. They are in cages. We have
Oof.
been to the zoos with our kids.
Yo. And then what did she say?
She shut up. But it's not over.
She said, I'm coming back.
She said, let me think about it. Hold on, let me think. Okay. Meanwhile, all the comments are going off and they say, what kind of MBTI is this so I can avoid, so I can ask on all my future dates? And then people say, there's no way to tell. She has a new set of circumstances every day. Some days it's this, some days it's that. Some days it's rare you guys spend time together. Some days it's, you guys spend time together every day. Like it's every day is a new character trait unlocked. She just decided she was deathly afraid of animals, okay? Everyone's like, this is actually crazy. So after that, everyone goes back to their residences before they get ready for the day and she starts complaining to the girls. Seriously, he chose Animal World? Like, you...
He's just still on this?
Yeah, she's like, you two...
He did just like obliterate you about y'all always going to the zoo. So if it's something you're always doing anyways, he just could easily assume that, okay, you don't have a problem. Like, even he could know that you have a problem, but because you go to the zoo all the time, he could be like, oh yeah, we do this all the time, even though she has a problem with animals.
She's talking to the wives. She's like, you two said in unison how I was afraid of animals. So they don't know that she's been in the zoo. They don't know. So she's like, you two have said that I was afraid of animals, and you guys said it in unison. Like, how long have we known each other? Since this trip, you know? How many years have I lived with my husband? Like, how am I gonna get out of this show alive?
She is so goofy.
No, she's so good.
It's like, does she not know how television works?
Then, like, when they were asking all these things about their significant others beginning, did he get everything right? Question mark. Pretty sure he did. No. So sure, he doesn't know that you don't like animals. Out of like everything else he knows about you, like the one thing he doesn't know about you.
Like, does she not know that an SD card cannot be gaslit? Like, the footage is there, ma'am. You cannot gaslight the footage. That was you on that footage. And she just can't stop complaining. She's like, when I questioned him, he was like, well, all the animals will be in a cage. You'll be fine. Like, is that crazy or what?
Like they weren't there listening to the conversation.
The girls are trying to comfort her, but their hearts are not in it. Like, in the beginning of the show, their hearts were in it. Near the end of the show, it's just like,
Oof.
that's them, okay?
They look so just defeated.
And so as for Lee, he goes back to his room, and Yangja and the chill has it. They're like, let me give you some advice.
Wait, they're in here?
Let me give you some advice. You know what a bad guy is? Yeah? Okay, so you two, when you were arguing today, she just wants you to comfort her. She's just mad you haven't been comforting her. So you comfort her, and you just say, I'm so dumb, but I love you. Forgive me. I was wrong, right? That's what they want.
Didn't he just do that yesterday?
Yeah. and
Isn't that what he's doing every single day of their life?
then Yangja is like, you know, for the zoo. You know she's scared of animals. Then you blurt out, you're left with the zoo. So what do? You put the blame on us. You say, that motherfucker likes riding a horse. And that guy wants to go on a hot air balloon. These guys stole our chance at the hot air balloon. Look at them. They're so happy going on the hot air balloon. And Leah's like, we have been to the zoo so many times with our family. Yes, she's scared of animals, but she's not afraid of zoo animals. I think she just wants to find fault with me. Yes. But if you point that out, you're exposing her in front of everyone. Then of course we will all think she's being unreasonable. No, I mean, she really is afraid of animals. Well, not zoo animals. I think she's just finding fault with me in public. But you can't say that. You have to have some emotional intelligence.
Oh, no way, they say that?
Yeah, Brother Yang just say this.
Okay.
Yang goes, just say Brother Yang has chosen this, and this one chose this, and then make us apologize, right? And then we just say, oh, I'm so sorry, we just blurted out our answers, right? Blame it on us. Be on her team. Go along with her. Netizens.
Yeah, I at least appreciate that they're actually trying to be nice to this guy for once. Well, I don't know what they've been saying to him behind the scenes. Maybe they've been like nice before, but like at least finally, I mean, their advice is whatever, but at least they're actually seem to be being nice to him. Where it just seems like everyone has just been kissing Mai's butt the entire time and just throwing Lee in the trash.
Are so baffled. Netizens are like, why does everyone have to be the bad guy when Mai's the bad guy? Why do these two husbands that we also don't like? We don't like y'all, by the way. Youngjit, shut up. You're on thin ice. We barely are standing you in this scene. Like, we don't like you. But why does everyone have to be the bad guy but Mai? Like, it's kind of crazy. Why does everyone have to play triple mind games just so she doesn't have to act like a toddler? Is why people are confused.
Yeah.
So he goes to her. He listens to the advice. He goes to her.
No way.
And she's like, what do you want? I'm here to comfort you. It's just he's too logical. And she is like, I would say I'm more emotional than logical, but I still got some logic in me. None. And he's got no emotion in him. He's like, I'm here to comfort you. Beep boop up. And then she's like, it has been 2 days.
What?
You thought about comforting me finally today? Even though he's been kind of comforting her every single day.
He hasn't, I guess, explicitly said, hey, I'm here to comfort you. He has to announce to the world, I'm here to comfort you. Even though he's literally been doing it, like she said, for 2 days straight, he's been trying to make her feel better.
And then he goes, I was sick. And I'm just like, honestly, he was sick though.
Oh.
But a lot of netizens point this out, like, she didn't even notice that he's sick and didn't even give a fork. So people are
Okay, so the title is misleading. So we're saying that he's sick as in like he's actually just has a cold. It like gaslights husband into admitting he's sick. That's a stretch because he's just telling her, yeah, I was sick these past couple days. Question mark. And there's no like crazy tension, I feel like right now. It's just him being like, yeah, I'm sick. I was sick. I was expecting it to be like, okay, they're in the car. She is just bullying him into crying and having a breakdown and being like, yeah, I'm mentally ill or something. Not just like, oh yeah, I have a cold right now.
they're saying nonstop, she's been saying, I have to take care of him because no one else can. And like, it's all me. Meanwhile, everyone's like, hey, you kind of suck at what you say you're doing very well at. And he tries to bring the conversation back to the drawing because, you know, she's upset about the Valentine's Day gift of the drawing. And he's just explaining, even with the drawing, I didn't know because you were laughing a lot and I was misreading your laughter and I was trying to understand what the laughter meant. So he's basically saying like, I was trying to understand what the laughter meant because at some point, you know, it obviously like in the beginning, it might have seemed like she was going along with the joke and she thought it was funny or she's just trying to laugh it off. But then it got very a lot and like clearly by that point, everybody knew something was wrong. But I think it's like, it's hard to be that quick on your feet on how to perfectly handle this situation and make everyone feel okay. So he's just explaining he misread her laughter, which a lot of netizens actually don't like him for. Because some netizens were saying, if you've been with her for like 20 years, you should have a better gauge on how she's feeling in that moment. They're saying after 20 years, I mean, I feel like you have a really good gauge of like when I feel insecure, but I'm trying to laugh it off. I feel like you have a pretty good understanding. Like I feel like anytime you poke fun at me, it's like never about anything I actually care about. It's like usually just like we're making fun of each other, but you know exactly what makes me sad or when I feel a certain way. So people are saying, had he not been paying attention to her for 20 years? Because
but also like it sounded like these problems are so big and so deep rooted. It doesn't seem like they've actually worked on any of this.
Yeah.
It's just been this way.
And some people were also defending him, saying things like, it's not even just about misreading her laughter. It's like sometimes you don't know the perfect thing to do in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's also really difficult. Like things happen very quickly. And maybe he thought the best for her was to just quickly bypass this conversation. Like, let's get this conversation over with, like, hurry. And if I start commenting, it adds it and makes it bigger, then another person will add input. And then now this whole conversation is about Mai. And she probably just wants it to be over, right? And he thought that she was going to express how she feels because he's talking like this. He's talking very, hey, like this is what happened in that moment in my brain. Others are saying, even if he did eventually notice, which is already kind of crazy, he might not have had the perfect solution. So it's just like a complicated situation. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like it's his fault. So they're just saying that the chill husband, when he was making fun of the portraits, it seemed like he was making fun of the painter. Yeah. But because of Mai's deep-rooted insecurities, she thought he was making fun of her. And then her husband's not standing up for her. So it seems like it's something that Mai is working through and her husband can obviously assist and help her feel more confident, but it's not because of him.
Yeah, that's how I feel about personally. That's how I feel. Obviously, she has a lot of problem, a lot of things that she's working through. But the way she's working through it is to blame it on the husband for not fixing it quickly or help her get over it quickly.
And then another thing is like some people are saying it's one thing if he's the one that contributed or caused these problems and insecurities, but he has never said anything. He literally only talks about how much he loves the way she looks. So it just seems like these are her own insecurities and she's saying it's his fault that things are happening the way it's happening. And she, instead of having this heart to heart, because every time he tries to talk to her, he's trying to be vulnerable, he's trying to have an open conversation, an open dialogue, and she hits him with a fucking inquisition. It's like, you don't know why I'm angry, do you? So how do you interpret those things? How did you interpret my laughter? Like, you don't understand? Like, you can sense my emotions? And did you do anything about it? Why didn't you do anything about it? It's just like rapid fire, like to the point where Lee starts saying, okay, clearly something's wrong with me. Like, I don't get it. Like, maybe I have to go get help. And then she...
Okay, so he is, like, it's not just that he's literally sick. He did eventually hit her with the, maybe there's something wrong with me. He already said that earlier too, though, but I feel like that's not even, like, good. It's not good for her. Because if he goes to, like, a therapist or something to be like, hey, what's wrong with me? And he explains, if he actually legitimately explains their relationship and how things work, she's going to be like, oh my God, you need to stop. There's nothing wrong with you. She's crazy. And you need to stop catering to her, question mark. I would assume. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't do that. Maybe they just do something dumb and force him to keep doing what he's already doing. I don't know. But I assume that if he actually told this to a therapist or something, they would tell him he's crazy for putting up with her craziness.
And she's like, do you really not realize that everybody is comforting me while they're telling you what to do with everyone's attitude? Like, have you not reflected on yourself? My biggest reflection is, I don't know how I let you become so selfish over the years. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She says, it's your selfishness. I don't want to carry it anymore. Do you understand? It's more than I can carry. Like, how can I make up my mind to divorce you? Because of what you said to me last night. Like, you came knocking at my door. You saw how emotional I was. And the words that you said to me in that moment were enough to destroy me. Like, when your wife is so sad and you don't even notice and you haven't even done a single bit of reflection, you were still talking about your feelings. So he's like saying, this is how I was feeling in the moment, and that's why I didn't do anything. And then she's like, you tore me apart yesterday. Yeah. About like the whole pointing at someone else and then saying like, here's why I did this. And then she's like, do you understand? Like, my new friends knew to come over and comfort me, and you didn't. You just kept saying like, I don't understand. You're so cold-blooded. Throughout her entire monologue, all the netizen live reactions was like, I just don't understand how he's still sane. People are saying like, I'm so tapape. And people are saying, does she not understand the only reason people comforted her was because she was crying and she was the one making people feel uncomfortable. And then she went from being a wall to a lamppost, and now people say she's just like a black hole. She sucks energy. It's like shouting in a black hole. Like, you cannot have a conversation. There's nothing, nothing. And people are
I'm actually kind of like worried, because we're talking about like him like putting up with it. I'm actually worried that he might just snap and become like a serial killer or something. Someone needs to intervene before he becomes a serial killer. Like, seriously, like, not even joking. Like, someone needs to do something about this. Unless they're divorced now, which can only be like the best case scenario, honestly, because again, he's gonna break one of these days, and it's not gonna be pretty.
commenting like, you want to create a scene. Lee wants to get to the root of your relationship problems.
Assuming he hasn't already broken it, we just don't know about it.
People are saying, how can she say this so confidently? It doesn't even make sense. She says, you know, after you talked to me about this whole thing, I was very sure that I wanted to divorce you. Do you understand? I think you don't love me at all. You just can't leave me because we've been living together for so long, and all I do is take care of you.
Is there actually someone there in the background, like just listening to this conversation? Are the other girls here? Girls, can y'all freaking do something and not just let her behave like this whole time? Again, like this, the only person who loves the other one is him loving her. She clearly doesn't love him, so.
And everyone also pointed out that when they were making instant noodles, she doesn't even know how to make instant noodles. And also, they have helpers at home to like do the housekeeping and cooking.
Wow.
So everyone's actually.
Oof, wait, what? They have helpers to do the cooking and cleaning, even though she's a housewife? And I'm saying that because she keeps saying, hey, I'm a housewife, I'm a housewife, I'm a housewife. So it's like, wait, do you actually do anything at home other than just nothing? But berate your husband?
Actually, like, wait, what do you do?
Because that's what she made it sound like, right?
Yeah,
She's
she
like
does cooking, cleaning, everything, like wiping the baseboards, taking care of the kids. And it seems like both of them are pretty involved with the kids. So people are like, wait, when he's working, what are you doing if everyone's doing all the house stuff? Because the house stuff takes a lot of time too.
Yeah.
It takes a good chunk of the time, right? And then she's like, have you ever treated me with affection? Like, you can't just say, I like you, and then choose the zoo. Everyone was like, what the she literally was like, you can't just say, I like you, I like you, I like you, and then choose the zoo. I'm so afraid of animals that friends who have only been with me for 9 days already know that I'm terrified of animals. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Oh my gosh, she's never gonna let that go ever. This animal thing.
Like, you have never put yourself in my shoes. You haven't even thought about me for a second. You want me to be like the chill wife. Yeah.
She name dropped the girl. Wow.
To buy you things. But she can go out skydiving. She can have her own time. She doesn't have to take care of so many things like I do. I've taken care of everything.
Oh my god, this is actually.
Like, you're taking.
Except we just learned that she's not even doing most of the things that she says she's doing. And he's the one taking care of her this entire time. And we're just beating a dead horse at this point, right? Like, this episode is just ugh. Like, the other two videos of this, it was interesting or funny or just crazy. This one is just, it's too much. Like, I'm just like I'm over her so much already.
Taking things way too far.
You need a trigger warning before this episode.
I don't know. Okay, relationships are tricky. I try not to meddle in other people's relationships. Actually, just kidding. I love meddling in other people's relationships. I try not to, though. I try not to. I try to be sympathetic of both sides of every relationship that I meddle in. But I think the way she talks about the other wives is just very ick. Like, there's always an undertone of like, she has time, she has freedom, but I don't, and I do everything for you. So like, but you want me to be like her? It's very, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like a very nice thing.
Yeah.
And I understand that as someone who maybe put their career on the back burner for their husband, I think that there could be a level of resentment that you hold for your partner and that kind of relationship. But to hold that against other women who haven't chosen that is also strange.
Because again, like she has her own problems, but the way she's letting that out is so bad.
Yeah, it's weird. And it does seem like she's always comparing to people.
Yeah.
And among the comments, some of them are just saying, like, in the past, she mentioned that she was a full-time housewife, completely supported his career, she's given him children, is in charge of taking care of all of these meals and all of these things. It just feels like all she does is guilt trip. Later, they do their little activities and then they go to eat chicken, smoked chicken.
Oh. Okay, well, here's a smoked chicken.
Why? What's wrong with smoked chicken?
Before they eat the chicken, they have to go meet with a friend. So all 3 couples are actually going to meet with a friend who they have both decided that they want to meet with, and they're just going to talk and give the viewers a third-party perspective of their relationship. Because, you know, these people could be lying on the screen all they want. Like, this third-party friend could be like, hey, just so y'all know, Lee is the worst husband I've ever seen in my life.
The friend is gonna
Okay, so friends from outside.
talk.
Yes, the friend is going to talk, and the friend is also going to describe how they feel being a third party in their relationship prior to the
Well, I'm going to assume that the friend of Mai is just going to, as the kids say, glaze her up the entire time. The friend of Lee, I don't know what he's going to do or what he or she is going to do, but whoever is Mai's friend, if they're her friend, they're just going to be glazing her the whole time. If they're not, well then, like, hallelujah. It's a Christmas miracle, but I don't think that's going to happen.
this show.
Yes.
And maybe some future things that they can work on before the show ends.
Okay.
And so they're in the car. Everyone's in their separate cars. This time, Mai cannot go with someone else because you can't just show up to another person's like relationship conversations with their third party friend. And her friend is also waiting for her. So she's finally in her husband's car. And in the car, he's like trying to take care of her. She's like really just a negative Nancy Debbie Downer. Like,
Okay, so this is the moment.
really, I get it. I got mental health problems. I get depresso espresso. But like,
Yeah, the final boss.
when I'm trying to have fun. Like, even if you don't feel fun, try to have fun. But she's just like, the whole time. And she's putting in eye drops. And he's very caring for her. He's like, do you want eye drops? Like, I have a new bottle if you want it. Did you cry last night? Because they didn't sleep together. And she's like, no. And then he's like, do you have contacts in? Some people read this. Some netizens read this as he's so dense. Like, why would you ask if she cried last night when you probably know she cried last night? Other netizens read this as, it seems like he's trying to have a chill, vulnerable conversation. So it seems like instead of being like, I know you cried last night, or tell me about last night, it's like maybe he's trying to get her to talk about her emotions in a non-angry way. So that's always been his thing, is he wants her to tell him her feelings without just like going crazy all the time. So he's like, let's just talk for once. Let's just communicate. And so she's like, no, ignoring him. All of a sudden.
How childish is this?
Let's just talk for once. Let's just communicate. And so she's like,
This body language, arms crossed, looking to the side, like humph. That's literally what it is. It's just like humph. Like, really? Are you a teenager trying to be cute or what?
no.
It's just in this moment. It's like very like just so childish because they're mad. I mean, if she was doing this and it was to be cute, then it would be fine, right? It's like, oh, she's being cute. But this is not like the moment for that.
No. Ignoring him. All of a sudden. Why didn't you think of picking the hot air balloon first before anybody else?
Oh my god.
This happened when? Yesterday?
Yeah. Literally all the panel, you see all their shoulders drop. Like, oh my god, I'm so tapped up head. Like, I gotta get out of here. This is like genuinely the only word to describe this relationship is suffocating.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy, and have you seen that TikTok? That's like one thing about me. The horse is dead and I'm gonna beat it again. You know, you beat the dead horse.
I literally just said, or beating a dead horse already. It's just, again, I'm so over it.
Like, you get with friends and you're gonna beat the dead horse again over brunch. Have we talked about this 20 million times? We're gonna talk about it again. We're gonna beat the dead horse one more time. We're gonna bring it back alive and beat it again. Like, people make jokes, but like truly, this is a lot. Like, this is too much. We gotta move on. But everyone is like, here we go again. This cannot be real. He tries to explain very calmly, and it's crazy that he's so calm. He says it's because at that point, almost instantly, the chill wife and the chill husband raise their hand really high. And then Youngjae is like, well, I want a horseback ride. And like, she didn't even care about horseback riding. So like, take that out of the equation. So realistically, the only thing left is the zoo. And he said, I just wanted, to make sure everything was good. Very reasonable explanation, a very normal thing. And she says, let me tell you something. This is where I'm like,
oof.
Like, girl, stop telling people anything. Stop telling people what's up here. I don't think we want to know. She said, let me tell you something. If I thought you wanted to go on the hot air balloon ride, I would have said hot air balloon ride. And it's just like, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. And then she asks, what do you think that means?
What do you think that means? Damn, I hate that. I hate that.
And the panel goes, it's exam time again.
Yes, I hate that.
Yeah. Another panel member is like, that I love you more, that you should feel guilty. Because it's like, I would do it for you, why don't you do it for me? And it's just very...
They nailed it.
They're so done with her. And even Leah's like, that you will fight for what I like and you don't care about other people. Okay, but like, that's the thing also. I feel like you're more like that. If you know that I like a hot air balloon, you'll be like, hot air balloon, right? But I am like a peacemaker. I don't like to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course.
And like, there's no way that you can make me do that and I can make you do this.
And for me to know that will make you uncomfortable, that makes me never want to do that.
Yeah.
Because like, what the f***, you'll be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
For me being so aggressive for what?
Yeah, and it's like, not that serious. The whole point is to spend time together, not get a free hot air balloon ride. Like, they're pretty well off. They can just go on a hot air balloon after this trip. You know what I mean? It's like, it's okay. It's okay.
I wonder if they're even going to get on this stupid balloon. Because again, I feel like he shouldn't be on the balloon. Like, I don't think she's violent or anything, so I don't think she should push him off the balloon. But I'm worried that he could just break on the balloon. He's going to be like, okay, we're high up. I'm so tired of this. I'm just going to say forget. I mean, that's not going to happen since, I mean, we're reacting to this show being talked about, right? So clearly that didn't end up happening. Or this would be on the Rotten Mango channel. But again, I would still be worried, and we'd be like, okay, we cannot let this guy up there. We cannot let him up there.
And so he's just saying, you don't care what people say and you will fight for what I like. Then why can everyone else say what they want and you can't? And the panel is like, why does she always compare him with us?
Yes.
Like, why is it always, why can't they do this? Why can't you do this? Will they do this for other people? Why don't you do this? They were ahead of me.
Yeah, because he is him and he's not other.
I wouldn't have to worry about that if I had gone first. Then why didn't you go first? I mean, it wasn't like, it was like literally super like, oh, higher balloon. It was very quick. There was no like, okay, go in order.
Yeah.
And there's just like some things you can't change about a person. And this is like part of his personality. And she should also know that by now.
Yeah.
She's saying, why didn't you know I was angry about the portrait? When it's also like, you should know by now that your husband doesn't really like to be confrontational and he is probably more of a peacemaker. And she says, no, this is your flaw. You don't take my feelings into account in this relationship. That's the core issue.
All right, Mike.
And he says, but even if I had to fight for myself for the hot air balloon, I wouldn't. Like, it's just not who I am. And then she just goes off. He's driving and she just goes off on the side. Do you think that I'm someone who would fight for the hot air balloon with them? Don't you think that in life I always give in to others first? Like, why am I even discussing this with you? Is the problem with the game itself? Like, why are you so lazy to even think about these issues? Like, do you agree with me then or what? And she goes on to say that he never pays attention to her. I stopped the scene multiple times. And then she hits him with something that I really hate. She hits him with
What? What could it be? Because he's going to break down in this car. What could it possibly be? Because Stephanie's saying she hates this. It can't just be like, what is it? I don't know what it could be. That would cause him to just break down.
I stopped the scene multiple times. And then she hits him with something that I really hate. She hits him with after we get back, let's split the money, split the kids. I don't want to be together anymore. And it's just so clear that she's using this as like blackmail. Like, she's just threatening him. This is not serious. She did this last time and she's doing it again. This is not for real. She's like, what do you think about the kids? I don't have a problem with the money, but like, how do you want to split the kids? And he said, what I said a few days ago is my answer. Like, I don't want a divorce. And then he says, but if you're going to divorce me, there's no way I can stop you. Then I want full custody of our daughter. So they have a daughter and a son. And then she says, I don't get it. I'm the one that gave birth to the children. Why are you fighting for custody? And he says, aren't they my children too? I didn't say you can't see her. I know, but that's also my daughter. You can spend time with her on the weekends and you can also see her on the weekdays. I just think that I treat our daughter better. Do I not treat her well? And this is when you see him crashing out a little. He's like, you are too emotionally unstable and you don't get her. I understand.
Okay. Okay, he's actually, well, I guess because it's now we're like serious. He's like, no, these are our children. I need to take them more seriously. Everything else, I could, like, this is actually pretty good. because I understand what's happening here is, all these other stuff, it's all like him having to belittle himself and put up with her or treat her properly, or not properly, but like over properly, honestly. Um, and it's everything like weighs on him. Like everything is his fault in these scenarios, even though he knows. It almost feels like if he knows that she's crazy and he's putting up with it, but now that we're talking about the children, he's like, all right, no, these are like our kids. I gotta no, I gotta protect them. Like she doesn't know how to treat her daughter, and I can't let her take her. So he's like, oh, he's putting his foot down out of the delusion.
Understand her every emotion, every gesture. You don't understand anything about our daughter. Every time she cries, aren't I the person to comfort her? And like, again, a lot of netizens read into that comment. It didn't give me like he's neglectful. It gave netizens the feeling of she likes to be the savior. So she's like, no, let me go talk to her. Let me comfort her. Let me save my crying baby. You're doing it, but it doesn't mean you treat her best. How do I not treat her best? We don't need to talk about this right now. Why not? Aren't we talking about the kids? As someone who doesn't understand her, do you think, why do I need to understand her? And the second those words came out of her mouth, netizens were gone for good. There's really
What? Also, he, in this conversation, apparently said she's emotionally unstable. So again, I feel like he knows that she's crazy, but because he quote unquote loves her, he puts up with it, and that's why he treats himself like this. But again, like when the kids are involved, it seems like, okay, like nope. So it's like, you want her to have the son? I guess maybe he thinks she understands the son better. Maybe maybe she's a daddy's girl and the son's a mommy's boy, whatever it's called. But still, I don't know. I feel like he should try to take both. I think he's still trying to be fair at the end of the day by having them take one instead of him taking both. But he should just take both.
her. Do you think, why do I need to understand her? And the second those words came out.
Oh, I didn't catch that before. I didn't. I thought she said like, how do I not understand her? She says like, why do I need to understand her? And it's like, because that's your daughter? Question mark. It's almost just like she just admitted to how she behaves all the time. She doesn't want to understand how anyone feels, right? She doesn't care about her husband's hobbies or anything about him or whatnot. Apparently, she doesn't care about her daughter either. So it's like, she kind of just threw herself under the bus with that one. Because now you let everyone else know how you really feel, even they already know how you really feel, but now you've verbalized it into reality of saying like, why do I need to understand my daughter? Like, what do you mean? That is your daughter.
Out of her mouth, netizens were gone for good. There's really no coming back. Like, it's one thing to not care about understanding your husband, which is already like so far gone. It's like, why are you even in this relationship then?
Yeah, and why are you proud of that?
Yeah, like it's something you should be ashamed of, and it's something you should work on, and it shouldn't even be happening. Like, it's weird. What do you mean you don't care about your spouse like
And
that?
for someone who's constantly saying you don't understand what I want, what I need, come on.
Yeah, but then to say as a mother, like, why do you need to understand your kids?
Yeah.
I think that was, even for netizens who don't have kids, like that, because everyone's been a kid, everyone knows what it's like when your parents don't understand you.
This kind of thing that you hope that the children don't watch this. Because like, what's the daughter gonna think if she watches this and gets to this point? Like, oh, if she even makes it this far, like watching her parents like this all the time. But if it's like this at home, she would already know like this is just a normal day for them. But then to hear her mom say, "Why do I need to understand my daughter?" probably is not gonna go too well.
And they don't care to understand why you think differently, or maybe you have certain personality traits that they can't just wish away. It was just so ick.
Yeah.
And people are like, it would be so sad being their kids. Like, feed her to the wolves at this point is what people are commenting. Especially because this whole time, all she's done all season is harp about how she's a housewife, she's the mother of his kids, she takes care of the kids, she does everything. And it's like, why do I even need to understand my daughter? It's just like, whoa. So that's how you really feel. And so he tells her, you're so self-righteous. Like, oh, okay, you took it all on your shoulders. She's like, I'm self-righteous? Do I not do everything? He's like, do you really think that you've done everything? I mean, I think I've done everything, and I don't think I've done everything well, but I think it's not bad.
Is he actually like standing up?
There are a lot of things that I don't agree with. If I were to take over, I don't think it would be any worse than you. He's like, I don't think life would be any worse than if I were in charge. And then she's like, then why do you always fight for things that I want to do?
Wait, what?
What?
does
Wait, what? Did she say, didn't we just go over... What? Why do you always want to fight for things that I want to do? Is that what she said? Wasn't she just complaining about him not doing what she wants? Or not knowing what she wants? I'm so confused. Did we just start fighting about the opposite of that? Now you're saying that he's doing it? What?
And then he's like, I can't even fight for my job. I had no choice but to take control of your job. If you don't, it will not collapse. If it goes wrong, I will have my ways. Okay, so this is where netizens got into a fight. So some netizens are saying they got together before he made a big name for himself. And she's so aggressive. She's probably the one making sure he's not taken advantage of in contracts, making sure that he's getting money that's due. She's probably the one handling all of this because he's so passive, he probably wouldn't. But then on the flip side, other netizens are saying, but he also seems like the type that doesn't care if he creates music and makes just enough money to live.
Yeah. No, that's how I feel too.
So it's like, yes, maybe they got this far because of her, but also he doesn't seem like the type where he gives a fuck about a $5 million apartment.
Yeah, and we don't even know that. We don't even know what exactly how she helped his career, right?
If
Like
at all.
how much credit. Like we don't know that. The way that she takes credit on all of these things and he's just going along with it, and I don't know.
And so netizens are kind of fighting about it, and they're going back and forth. And
Damn, she's just lying all the time, so why should we believe her for this too? She's already like the girl who cried wolf at this point.
he's just saying, if it goes wrong, I will have my ways to fix it. Like, I have methods. If you think I'm gonna make a mess, I'll clean it up myself. If I do something wrong, I will always admit it. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't have to control everything. I can handle myself. And even if the worst case scenario happens, I can fix it. Like, I know what I'm doing. And she says, so I've done so much, you're not even grateful, and you're complaining that I haven't done it right and not to your liking. And he's like, you can't just keep guilt tripping me just because you've done a lot. Did I guilt trip you?
Yeah.
Do you think I need you to do these things? Or do you want to do it? Because there's a difference. He's like, I never asked for you to do it. You just did it, and then you want me to, like, owe you my life for doing it. Is it possible that it's because I do it every time? He's just like, the truth is, you do it every time, but I don't need you to do it all. Like, I'm willing to take on so much more. And even the panel is actually commenting, like, I mean, the panel has been a lot more chill than netizens, obviously. They've been a lot more, like, neutral, but they're saying it's very crazy that he's able to be so sensible in such an insanity-inducing conversation. Like, he's getting a little emotional, but he's still making a lot of sense. It's not like this outburst of, like, yeah, it's just, like, very, like, I can handle it. Like, you just won't let me, and then you get mad that I'm not handling it, and then you want me to owe you my life because you handle it. Finally, the conversation goes silent in the car. And then she hits him with a, I just find it strange. Stop. She says, I just find it strange why you don't fight for your son.
Bruh, what are we on?
I mean, I did mention that, but again, I said maybe it's because he's a mama's boy, and he's trying to be fair, so they can both have a child instead of one taking both of the children. Question mark. Again, I did think it was weird, but again, I'm assuming he's just continuing to be logical as his personality has shown, and it's like, okay, well, we have 2 kids, and I don't want for us to take both. That we can have, like, one can have one can have the other. Though we could argue that it's okay, well, now the children aren't spending time with each other that way, but I don't know, still.
And he says he has a very similar personality to you. It's not because I love him less, but you have a lot of initiative. Like, you like to take charge, and you go after what you like, and you stay put on that. I think that kind of personality could be good for our son because he's similar to you. So why can't my daughter take on those aspects of my personality? And this is where netizens were like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like, no, because she has her personality, and now you're trying to influence her. Like, she should be allowed to be who she wants to be, and find herself. I know comboing herself into herself is weird, but that's just English, right?
Because it's very clear that she's trying to, the same way she's trying to push him to change his personality to fit her,
Yep.
she's probably doing that to their daughter. And he tries to be nice, and he says, have you not noticed that you've tried and failed to pass on your ideas to your daughter? She's a different kind of person. She's the same as me. So what she needs to accept is something different. Like, she's just saying, like, I don't know why that's a problem. And he's just, like, trying to explain to her, my daughter has said so many times she likes apples, but you only buy pears. And you say how pears are more expensive and how pears are yummier. You don't even care that she likes apples more.
So sad.
And he starts sobbing for the first time. Oh my God, I'm gonna...
Oof. Also, he's driving too, right? Is she laughing? Does she have a smile over there? 'Cause she's barely out of frame, but it looks like the sides of her mouth are extended up. We did see her in this. Let's get off this picture. We did see before in the other episodes that she was kind of like giving the ick face at him in the car. So I don't know if it's just like that, or if she's actually just like laughing at him. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty oof.
So sad.
And he starts sobbing for the first time. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. It was so emotional. He's like driving the car, and he's like, my daughter is the same as me. She is my shadow. You're both different from me. Like, about the son and the wife. She's the only one who is like me. We understand each other. I think a lot of netizens didn't understand why Lee is with her. Some people thought that he's with her because he just likes having a mom take care of him. But then other netizens were like, I don't even know if she's taking care of him. And then this was the moment a lot of netizens realized. It's...
For the kid?
Yeah. It's pretty clear he doesn't want the kids to live without their mom. He doesn't want to live without their kids. Yeah,
we already said earlier that he lost both of his parents early on, right? So he wants to just keep the family unit, as they say, together. So it makes sense that he would want to do that for the children.
It seems like he almost is protecting his daughter, like trying to live his life protecting his daughter almost. It's giving like, you can do that to me, but don't do that to my daughter. And the way he's sobbing, she looks disgusted. Like there's a frame of her on the screen.
That's what I was saying. Like she just was like, ugh.
I just like looking at him like she has all of these emotional outbursts, and then he has an emotional outburst, and she's just like, oh my god, why are you so emotional? And
Except his outburst is warranted. Don't hit me with this like fake comfort right here, because he's grabbing his shirt. I don't know if that's trying to be her comforting him or what. Like, get out of here.
so she's like, okay, it's not that serious. She's like telling him, chill out. It's like not that serious. And all the panel is like, why didn't you calm down when he told you to calm down? And then also some netizens are like, bro, you're the one that brought up divorce. What do you mean it's not that serious? It was really sad. Like she genuinely does not care.
Yeah, did she actually say it's not serious? Because you're literally talking about divorce, which, like they said, is serious. You're talking about your children, which should be serious. Like, what are you talking about?
Hear about herself. It's really weird. Because the other couple on the show, they all have different ways of expressing. Okay, Youngsu, let's not even talk about it. But the other couples on the show, like they have weird ways. Everyone has a different way. Some couples may not, or some people may not have strong, verbal, instant reactions to these fights. Like they might not immediately be like, okay, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna change. But usually it's like, okay, I'm gonna think about this because this is something I should think about. And they'll think about it.
Yeah, sure. Just to not let this one thing slide, the apples and pears thing is pretty crazy too, because I didn't comment on it, but I feel like that is a pretty good, strong statement of like how she acts, right? Like his daughter wants apples, she likes apples, but the mom refuses to let that go and just wants her to like what she wants. It's like, I'm not really describing it well, but like that sentence was like kind of crazy. Like I'm not just gonna let that slide and not talk about it, because it was like reflective of the relationship, right?
But hers is just like, okay, like that was a lot. Let's move on.
Like there's not a single moment of like self-reflection, right?
No.
Even like this type of moment. Probably chop it up at like he's throwing a tantrum again.
Yeah. And all because of a hot air balloon ride is the craziest thing. People are saying he gets emotional when it's serious, and she's just upset about a hot air balloon ride.
Yep, that he didn't shout it out first for her.
Yeah, she's upset about all these frivolous things constantly, you know, crying about all this frivolous stuff. Merry Christmas. It is still Christmas here, so yeah, Merry Christmas. But yeah, she gets upset about all this frivolous stuff constantly, and like even crying about it, and then like, oh, now when it's actually serious, it's like, oh, this is not that serious. When it is serious, and he's the one crying about it. I wouldn't know if pears are more expensive than apples. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know if that's why, but I guess it would make sense because she does seem, even though she keeps saying she's not materialistic, but then complains about not having these materialistic things. It kind of feels like she is materialistic. She just wants to act like she isn't. She wants to be able to humble brag, I feel like. So I guess it does fall into wheelhouse if pears cost more, to be like, hey, look, we're eating pears instead of apples because they're more expensive, but she won't admit that's why. Question mark.
And the panel is so sick of they even say, at this point, the only way she communicates is just a string of rapid fire questions. The only way she communicates about their relationship is never like, this is how I feel. How do you feel? Or like, you made me feel this way. It made me feel sad. It's always like, why didn't you, like just question after question after question. It's like rapid fire. Like, why didn't you understand? Why didn't you, it's like, that's the only way she communicates about their relationship. She'll communicate, but when it comes to about their relationship struggles, that's how she communicates, just nonstop questions. And they say her biggest problem is she uses being a housewife as a shield. They can never have a good relationship unless she drops that shield. Because it's always, I raised your kids. How dare you accuse me of doing anything wrong ever? I'm a housewife.
But did she even do that? Question mark. If you have helpers doing that, because like we don't know what their house actually looks like. We need to talk to the kids and get their opinion. Even though that's kind of like, we don't really want to mess around with the kids too much. But if you have helpers, like who's to say that they don't have like nannies taking care of the kids too? So it's like, did she actually do this, or this, right?
Housewife. Can you still say that I'm wrong of anything? They say it's like a convenient stamp from heaven. You have been decreed a housewife. I've given everything to this family. You can never argue with me. Like it's very like, it's almost like how parents act, not how spouses act. And even parents, that's so toxic. You should not be behaving like that. But that's how, you know, people sometimes, you know, a lot of parents will act that way. Like, I've given you everything. I've birthed you. I've raised you. I put a roof over your head. But she's like doing that to her spouse too, which also people question how much worse is it for her kids?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, didn't think about that too much, but I mean, we are starting to get to that point of like, okay, how does she actually treat the kids then? And you know, she treats her husband like a child. How does that translate to her interactions with her children? Question mark. She already spends all day guilt tripping her husband and everyone around her. Honestly, question mark. So how bad is it for the kids?
Yeah. She reminds me so much of my grandma.
Oh my God. And one of the panel members just says, to be honest, I've never felt so suffocated in my life. Like, just
Do we need to call CPS on these children? I feel like we need to call CPS for the dad too on Lee. Like we need CPS need to come snatch him and the children out of there.
watching. And we're just outsiders. Like, we don't even have to respond to her. We don't even know her. So they get to the point where they're meeting their friend. Her name is Anna. The three of them are sitting at a table. They're supposed
Okay, their friend. So it's a mutual friend, not just her friend. Because I'm assuming it was his friend and her friend. But no, it's just a mutual friend. But she's also a woman, so that probably means she's my friend. She's my friend, moreover. She's my friend. More so. Thus, she might be defensive of my more and not care about Lee so much. I'm just assuming we're just going to get the same... Is rhetoric even like a good word to use here? The same rhetoric of like Mai's this perfect angel and Lee is just trash, right? But who knows? We can only hope that this woman isn't going to feed into the delusions of Mai, but I don't have my hopes up.
lunch while talking through their issues. And as the conversation begins, it's pretty clear that Lee is the one that does not want a divorce. So Lee is like saying, I just am unable to communicate my emotions across to her. And I just have come to peace with things. Like, she'll never be happy with me and it's fine. I will just work hard and hopefully she'll love me, basically. Like, he is very resigned to this miserable life. And Mai, you would think that she's like, okay, you know what? That also sucks for my husband to be so miserable in this marriage. Maybe then I should be making him less miserable, or maybe we should break up, because why do I want this person that I love to be miserable? But instead, she just goes on to rant to her friends. In terms of communicating and expressing himself, he's so bad. And everyone's like, girl, you're bad. Like, he actually communicates really well. He expresses emotions very well. Like, you would think because he's logical, he's not.
Oh, is that a donation? Question mark? I can't tell because it looks funny, but thanks, Kira, for the donation. I was not expecting that. I don't know what that currency is, but thanks for the 30. What is it, 30? Thanks for the 40 of that currency. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. I mean, especially on Christmas. So thank you for the Christmas donation. And you didn't have to do that, but again, thank you.
Not good at telling people. He actually communicates really well. He expresses emotions very well. Like, you would think because he's logical, he's not good at telling people how he feels and being vulnerable. He's very good. And then she's like, if I realized he was like this, I would have never married him. And even Anna is getting annoyed, and she's just expressing like Mai needs to be more free, make time for herself, stop centering her entire life around this relationship and her family, and like just do what she wants for once. Basically saying, stop being miserable and holding it over their heads. And every time she's talking to Mai, the friend is like twisting a tissue.
I know, hear this all over again. But again, thanks, Kira.
Bad. And everyone's like, girl, you're bad. Like, he actually communicates really well. He expresses emotions.
Okay, it's fine. You can, I mean, the money doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts, right? You know, I'm not a Mai, right? So yeah, thank you again. Again, you didn't have to. If you didn't have the money, you didn't have to do that. But yeah, again, thank you.
Very well. Like, you would think because he's logical, he's not good at telling people how he feels and being vulnerable. He's very good. And then she's like, if I realized he was like this, I would have never married him. And even Anna is getting annoyed, and she's just expressing like Mai needs to be more free, make time for herself, stop centering her entire life around this relationship and her family, and like just do what she wants for once. Basically saying, stop being miserable and holding it over their heads. And
okay, I mean, at least she's trying to tell Mai how it is. Oh, she's saying something about the napkin. She's like twisting this napkin because of how like upset she is.
Every time she's talking to Mai, the friend is like twisting a tissue in her hand, and she's so nervous.
Oh my god.
So I mean, it just seems like people are saying, is Mai just like bullying everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, she's possibly trying to not get on Mai's bad side, just so she doesn't have to deal with like this silly bullying that Mai does.
The friend is like, you know, just be honest. I don't know if you realized it, but your love for him is kind of like a mother's love for her son. Oh, I know. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, she knows that she's treating him like a child.
You know? And even Anna is like at a loss for a word, like, what do you mean you know? And why are you saying like, I know, as if you're so proud of it? So you've always known? And Leah's like, yeah, I mean, we often joke about it, like I'm the eldest kid at home. Do you have any reason on why this motherly love towards a son exists in this romantic relationship? And Mai says, I think it's because his parents passed very early on.
Of course.
So do you feel obligated to take on the role of his mom? And Mai starts crying, and she's like, yeah.
Oh, she started crying?
Yeah. And everyone in the comments is like, I don't believe you.
That's weird.
Even Lee says the way she loves me is very different from how my mother loved me. And I don't know. That's really weird, because I'm like,
No,
I feel like,
not.
yeah, because I feel like if early on in our relationship your parents passed away, I would feel obligated to support you in the grief, but I would not feel obligated to become your mommy. Like, that's really, I don't understand.
Yeah. She's crying. She's feeling bad for herself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly she's been crying the entire show, so that's just on par, right?
She's like, yeah, I feel like this is on me.
Victimhood through the roof.
And Anna's just like, well, that kind of love gives people a lot of pressure. Like it's a lot. It's like when you give someone that love, it doesn't feel like romantic mutual love of connection anymore. And she's like, yeah, I know what the problem is.
Oh yeah?
What's the problem? It's gonna be something to do with Lee?
And it's just like everything. She's just like, yeah, I know. No, I know. But it's like, no, we're trying to have a serious conversation. Like it's people that receive that type of love from their partner, they can feel suffocated. They can feel like they're being oppressed. And how am I being oppressed?
You can't use the word oppressed. She should have known better. She was trying not to get attacked this entire time, but she used the word oppressed. It's over.
People that receive that type of love from their partner, they can feel suffocated. They can feel like they're being oppressed. And how am I being oppressive? Anna is like nervous, twisting this tissue. Like she can't even look at Maya in the face. Like she's just like, she's being very stressed. She doesn't even know what to do. And so Anna is like, previously Lee was telling me, because we're all friends, that he just wants you to find happiness and for you to have your own space and your own hobbies and for you to find life outside of being a housewife that you're so good at. Like, being a wife that you're so good at. And she says, yeah, I know. It might sound fucked up, but like, I was very upset when he told me that because it just felt like my child was growing up and was going to leave me. And this
What do you mean?
relationship was going to be broken. And Anna is like, do you not see how crazy that is?
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, but let me tell you, it's not about a kid growing up. Like it's about your sense of loss of control. He won't be under your control anymore, and that makes you panic. Yeah, it feels like I can't hold on to him anymore. Anna is trying to get her to open up of like, why do you want to control your husband? Like this is your spouse. Like that's not normal. Like why do you want to control your partner? But then she would turn. Mai turns to Lee and goes, do you think I'm controlling?
Here we go.
Do you
Please just say yes. Lee, please, I beg you, please.
think that I'm like being oppressive?
Ra-ta-ta-ta, here we
And the
go.
whole time he's
Oof.
just sitting there like staring at the ground. And then she's just like, what Anna said is accurate.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah. And
Good.
Anna's just like, it's not physical control. It's also mental oppression. And that can be terrifying. Am I? And then at one point, Anna's even just saying like, he worked so hard to create this career. And she's not saying like, you didn't work hard.
Yeah.
But for him, sometimes he wants to buy things, not even that are expensive or flashy. But like, I think, okay, I don't know if I was like relating because I'm like, maybe it's like a thing. Like when you're like creating something, you like to have certain things that remind you of certain places. Or like, I don't know, right? He's a musician. He wants to be creative. And sometimes he wants belongings that are not just material, but they feel almost like creativity inducing, very spiritual. And
Well, a memento, question mark. I think it's what you would call them, right? He's looking for mementos.
things like that. She's just like, what does he need? Just tell me what he needs then. Like, what does he need? I'll get it. Like, just tell me what he needs. And it's just like, oh my God. And then she tries to turn the conversation back about like how she has needs that are not being met. And then remember how she's like, I always take care of him. So Anna turns to Lee and is like, is there anything you want from her? And he said, for the past 5 years, I've been asking her to make me a dish of scallion noodles. They're my favorite noodles. And he just wanted to try her making it.
Damn. It's like the easiest thing to fucking make.
I think even I know how to make scallion
Holy
noodles.
shit. It's like oil scallion fucking noodles.
Noodles.
And maybe something diced meat, maybe. Like, it's like the most basic dish.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like you need like 5 ingredients, not even. And she would just make excuse about how she's busy, how she's this, how she's that. And so people are also like, wait, I thought she's so busy taking care of him, but he can't even get like a fucking egg dish. Like this is as easy as making scrambled eggs. Some people were saying, netizens were saying this is literally like tomato egg. Like it's so simple to make. It's crazy. And she won't even do that for him, but she's so busy taking care of him. She doesn't have time for herself. Like what's happening?
We need like a camera in the house to see like what's happening. Because again, they have people to clean. They have people to cook, question mark. So that's probably why she isn't cooking, because she might not even know how to cook if they had just people cooking for them this whole time. We don't know if they have nannies. They might have nannies taking care of the kids, though. It seems like the dad knows a lot about the children. So, I mean, Leela knows a lot about the children, so he clearly at least is involved in their lives. Don't know about Mai, though, since she apparently doesn't really... She said, like, why does she need to understand her daughter? Question mark. So... You can argue that she doesn't even take care of the kids. She just says she does, or at least in a is vapid a good word? Kind of a vapid way, like a not a really good way. She's just there, but not really there. And obviously, probably bullying them and treating them like trash, like she treats everyone else. I mean, their friend here is literally like trying not to have like a mental breakdown, having a conversation with her. Like, does she just surround herself with people who are, not to be mean, like meek, question mark, who won't stand up to her? Like, does she only make friends with timid people, and she's only married to a timid man? Well, I don't know if he's necessarily timid, but just like a laid back guy, maybe timid. Because like, what happens when, unstoppable force meets a impenetrable defense? I don't know what the like exact words are. Like, what if we actually have someone who is like, no, I'm not going to put up with you? What happens when she gets put up against that? Like, who breaks at that point then? Will Mai actually just give in? Or what? Like, once some force is actually applied back, what happens?
happening. Something's not, the math isn't mathing. And so Anna is like, okay, well, if the roles were reversed and you've been asking for 5 years for scallion noodles, what would happen? And he didn't give it to you. And she just says like, well, then he'd be dead. And even...
What do you mean? Also Taco Bell sounds? Because Stephanie loves the Taco Bell sound.
About getting new hobbies, Anna finally calls her out and is like, you know what, I think you're just pretending to be busy. And like what I mean by pretending to be busy is it's the kind of busyness where you feel like you need to feel needed. When you finally live the life that you want, you're going to be an even better mother and an even better wife. Like you put these so many labels on to define you, and you haven't even thought about living your own life. You need to give your husband, you need to give your children some room to breathe and to grow. Like that is another way of showing love. And she's like, well, I haven't thought about that before. She's like, yeah, well, think about it. And she brings up this quote and she says, no one is coming.
Who brings up Anna?
Yeah. And I was like, there's this quote that I like, and it's, no one is coming. Meaning, you want people to change, you gotta change first, because no one's coming to save you, no one's coming to change. Like you keep saying, well, he won't do that for me, so why should I do that for him? Like, no one's coming. And she's like, look at him. And Anna is like, no, this quote is for you. And she says, why do I always have to change?
Oh my gosh, she doesn't get it.
She didn't get it. Yeah.
Hold on, let's go back to that. I don't know what would have to break. I mean, you could say the worst case scenario, she goes up against someone who does not put up with anything and will get physical. Like what happens when someone's like, okay, I'm not putting up with you to the point where I'm actually just going to beat you up? Like what happens then? Like will Mike keep talking? I mean, that's like a very horrible thing, but like what happens in that scenario when someone just like physically is like, okay, I'm going to beat you up because you ticked me off to the point where I'm just going to fight you? Like what happens then? Where it stops being just like a language and it gets physical. Well, I mean, it's not okay, and that we don't want that to happen. That shouldn't happen, but you can only go so far, or go so long in life if you're treating everybody like this. Where if you just go up to a random stranger and acting like this, which I mean, you could even use the word if you're acting like this in public to strangers, the word "quote unquote" Karen. I don't know if we want to hear that word, but might act like that. Then what's going to happen, right? Someone's going to be like, I'm not putting up with this. I'm going to scrap, and then start going to town. So, I mean, she needs to be careful. Though she's apparently gotten away with it so far as we know, without anyone doing that.
I haven't thought about that before. She's like, yeah, well, think about it. And she brings up this quote and she says, no one is coming.
Who brings up Anna?
Yeah. And I was like, there's this quote that I like, and it's, no one is coming. Meaning, you want people to change, you gotta change first, because no one's coming to save you, no one's coming to change. Like you keep saying, well, he won't do that for me, so why should I do that for him? Like, no one's coming. And she's like, look at him. And Anna is like, no, this quote is for you. And she says, why do I always have to change?
Oh my gosh, she doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it. Yeah.
The black hole doesn't get it.
No, but she says she gets it. And they like play this very uplifting music. And she does open up. People have comments about this, okay? So Maya eventually does open up about how she was adopted very early on. So her biological parents, I guess they just couldn't take care of her, and so she was adopted by a family close to her. And that explains a lot of the times of why she feels the need to be frugal. Because she felt like she could get discarded at any moment if she was maybe her parents, maybe they didn't even know she could hear or was listening to them, and they would say things like, oh, it's getting too expensive to raise her. And maybe they were just saying that because of financial distress.
She said that?
No, she's just saying like the frugality comes from being adopted. And so I am just trying to be sympathetic, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe like that made sense. Like maybe they're saying
Does she deserve sympathy, since everyone's been sympathetic to her this entire show?
Things where it feels like, oh, I have to be the least amount of financial burden possible ever. And so they're like, okay, maybe it's that, right? And then she's saying that, and I think that's why I'm obsessed with feeling valued, because I feel like if I have value, then like you can't get rid of me. I guess she maybe felt the need to always provide value to the adoptive family so that they can't get rid of her. And like,
wasn't I saying something like that in the first episode? Of not necessarily that, but in the first episode, I think she said she's doing all this stuff for him, even though he doesn't want her to do that, so that he can't get rid of her, right? Like something like that.
That's how she is worthy of being a family member. And so when she's saying these words, a lot of netizens, they felt really bad for her, and they're like, I get it now. Like, I get it. Like, that makes a lot of sense of why she behaves the way she behaves. But then a lot of netizens were like,
Yeah, just because we know why you act the way you act doesn't excuse the way you're acting now, right? Not only she's putting it on the husband, on all the friends, everybody around them, and their kids. Hello.
Yeah.
Like, we can't continue the cycle, right?
And I think a lot of people were upset because a lot of people were like, hey, so I'm adopted and I don't bully everyone around me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't terrorize my husband on a daily basis, So I think there were lots of conversations. I think it explains maybe a lot of what's happening. But I also think that she just is not open to learning communication methods, because I think those are very reasonable things. And I think if she were just to tell her husband, hey, this is how I feel, and I think it's coming from this like deep-rooted fear that you're just gonna abandon me, I think he'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I will stop doing that, and that makes total sense, and I feel bad that I made you feel that way. But instead it's like she lashes out a lot and then won't even try to communicate better. But anyway, she brings this up, and then they play this beautiful music, and people are like, I'm gonna cry. They're improving. They go on the hot air balloon ride, and they're holding each other's
Okay, well, I guess everything's fine because of that talk they had, so she's over it. But I mean, that's not just gonna go away for a bit, right? That this is going to come back up.
And then at the very end, they get
do the van thing?
RVs.
RV? Okay.
Husband and wife, they each get an RV. And these RVs, they when they say like 3, 2.
Oh, this is the let's go opposite directions thing. I mean, he's going to get out, right? But might not.
one go, you have to start driving away from each other in this like desert land. So cinematic. There's a timer. So let's say you have 2 minutes. You have to decide in 2 minutes. If you don't stop this car and get out of the RV in 2 minutes, you're getting a divorce. And so you have to stop the car and then you have to get out. And you don't know if your partner's going to stop the car.
Is he just going to get out immediately? Question mark. Is he even going to start the car? I mean, because again, he's doing this for his kids, right? So you assume like no matter what happened here, he would just get out immediately. But M. Night Shyamalan twist is he actually just keeps driving.
You don't know if they're going to get out.
It's either way with Mai could just keep on going because she just wants to be free, or if she's actually serious about what she's saying, she just wants to be free, or she gets out because deep down she doesn't want to divorce, question mark. Again, you know, she just weaponizes the divorce, right? Which is, you know, not something supposed to be like, oh, I'm just going to divorce if you don't do what I want, or like, no, I'm just going to break up with you if you don't do what I want, that kind of stuff. You shouldn't be doing that.
And then if they do get out, you run to each other and you embrace. And so they both get in their cars. And everyone's like, I mean, I already know where this is going. And they get out and they embrace.
Oh, immediately?
Like pretty instant.
They drive, they stop, they both came out at
Okay, so they both just immediately got out. Okay.
the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I was saying, because like he is doing this if for nothing else, the kids, and with her again, like she somewhere in there, like no one can see, like all this is just some sort of show that she's putting on because of her insecurities and whatnot. But deep down, like she wants to be in this relationship. Question mark. Plus, I mean, are you gonna find another man who's gonna like freaking basically humiliate himself on a apparently daily basis for you, and like constantly doing all this stuff for you? I don't know, maybe, but most people aren't going to be putting up with that, so she kind of can't let that go at the end of the day, I would assume, if nothing else but that, which is kind of telling that on her end she potentially can't let this go, because who's she going to find that's going to put up with her like this? But on his end, it's like, okay, if nothing else, he has to do it for the children. Like, two different things and two different ways of seeing things. So it's like, oof.
Wow.
They embrace.
Because you can argue like one is selfish and one is selfless. Question mark.
And so,
I don't know, man. Like, is this a happy ending or not?
and so afterwards, I mean, I will say that I think Mai is a very frustrating character. But
Evil.
afterwards, she was like getting cyberbullied. She has to come out with this whole video and she's like, listen, this is like what happened. And she brings up the adoption story and she's explaining like, well, I'm changing now. And, you know, during this time while this was airing, my husband has been very helpful and like things are good. We're working on it. And so you had some netizens that are like, okay, I feel bad for her because, you know, the adoption story makes sense. And then even all of the hate is just too much. And like, you know what? Slay. Like, I get it. She's just having a hard time. I wouldn't want my relationship online and being dissected by internet users. But others are saying, like, just doesn't matter. Like, the way she conducted herself was weird. And there's not many people in all...
She also said that, why does she have to understand her daughter? So we're going to just let that go.
All the seasons that receive this much passionate emotion from viewers, other than her and like Yangzi, all the other couples, it's like so clear. Sometimes they'd be saying stuff in the relationship, but like, ooh, yikes, that wasn't nice, right? But it's also like you...
Rolling back to what I just said, even with that, doesn't that make that worse with the adoption info? Like, you're adopted, so you're worrying about being thrown away or whatever in your childhood, and yet you literally admitted to essentially not caring that much about your daughter when you're using adoption as a defense for your behavior. But then, like, you're potentially treating your daughter in a way that might make her feel the way that you feel, like, potentially / allegedly. Hello?
It's very easy to understand because everyone has been in some form of a relationship. So you get it to some degree of like, yeah, sometimes you're not perfect in a relationship. But with her and Yangzi, they're like, y'all are so messy. It's kind of, I don't know what to say about it. So it's just, I do think that the netizens were a little nicer afterwards, after her adoption story comes out and she's telling them more about it. She goes on a weight loss journey. She goes on a few more variety shows.
Sure, though, again, the weight loss is for herself, since, again, Lee apparently had no problem with her being the weight that she was on at. Again, though, I don't know if we should let the I don't care about my daughter thing slide. Question mark.
She lost
I know I'm hyperbolizing what she said by saying she doesn't care, but does she not hyperbolize everything else? I think so. I'm allowed to hyperbolize.
a lot of weight. And she comes onto the reunion show and she says, you know, things have been good. She made him scallion noodles and they're working on their relationship.
Sure.
And she said it was like an eye-opening experience to see the show. So
Do you think it took like the whole internet to tell
Or she watched the whole thing.
her that she's wrong for her to realize? Because it seems like this whole trip, what everybody told her, but she just like doesn't matter.
yeah, I think she's so strong of a personality that no one can tell her to her face that she's wrong. And like, I am on this sentiment. Like when I see someone with a strong personality, sometimes I just can't say it to their face. It's so hard, especially when it's like, you don't feel like it's your place. And her husband clearly doesn't say it to her face. And even if he did, I don't think she would care. So like no one can say it to her face. And then finally the internet was like, I'll say it to your face. I'll say it to your face. Do I think it's okay? No, I just hope that she's in a better place now. So that's what it seems like. She said it was one of the darkest periods of her life because of all the comments that she was reading and it was just really dark. But then now, you know, she has worked on self-improving. She is getting into fitness. She's getting into making sure her relationship is good. She's focusing on herself and she just wants to make the best of life. Yeah.
That sounds about right. Like
Yeah. I mean, some people are skeptical still. Some people are skeptical that that whole end scene was scripted.
the re-embracing is scripted? Or?
Not the re-embracing, but the whole thing with a friend. Some people just think it's weird. Some people thought that it was just so sudden that she's like, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm going to do better. All of a sudden. When this whole time she never even thought about it and then she suddenly wants to do better.
Yeah.
Some people saw like discrepancies of like the bags change when they're talking to the friend. I don't know. It was just, there's conspiracies out there that it might be scripted. I think the only lesson,
I mean, it's a reality show, so
there were some netizens pointing this out and I agree with it. The lesson is not about the lesson is not about is my a good person, is my a bad person, should we comment on my. I think the lesson ultimately at the end is just like, you just have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you just cannot take care of anyone else. And it seems like Maya is finally taking care of herself and she seems really happy. She has more followers than her husband, by the way. She also got more famous than her husband. Yeah, I know.
What a turn of
I
events.
know. Everyone's like, suddenly she's the breadwinner. They said, suddenly she's happier. Suddenly she said, house husband.
Yeah, that might be something,
I
right?
honestly think they would do better that way.
Right.
Like some couples have that vibe. He just is so like, I feel like he would be best.
Yeah, just do his own thing without.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she gives me like,
Maybe she will be more relaxed.
CEO,
Yeah.
like I gotta run 12 businesses and I want to boss around 50 employees. Like I think she'll come home so happy
Yeah.
and she'll be like, hey babe, I just yelled at an employee. High five.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the vibe she gives me. Is that okay, by the way? No, but you get what I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so a lot of people are actually really happy for her.
Damn.
Yeah, they're like, I'm just glad that you're learning from it because I don't think Young's is. So
and we keep like referring to them. Like, how bad could it be? Like, I don't understand how we're gonna say this other couple is worse than Mai. Well, at least how this guy is worse than Mai. I mean, we don't have any info on that yet, but how are we gonna come back to that for episode 4, 5, and then potentially 6? Because I'm assuming there's gonna be 3 episodes of that arc too. So 4, 5, and 6. How is he just apparently worse than her? Because that was crazy.
if you want to see what's happening over there, let me know. So I can just, I'm gonna need a little more therapy though, but I'll get there. Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Make scallion noodles for your partner. Moral of the story. Yep, that is that. That's the end of that arc, the Mai and Lee arc. Again, we still have episode 4 and 5 for that dude, and potentially a 6th. I don't know. Maybe the 6th is already out. I don't actually know if she's posted or not yet. But yeah, crazy story though. Again, like the other two were kind of like, oh, this is so annoying and funny and whatnot. But a lot of the stuff in this was like, okay, I'm kind of just fed up with this woman. She kind of still kind of put up with it in the last 2 episodes. This one, I was just like, I hate this lady. Sure, whatever redemption arc at the end, if it's even that, you know, whatever. But like around here, I was just like, ugh, I can't take this. But yeah, just like, oof. Yeah, it'd be nice if she actually is doing better and is actually a normal person now. But I mean, you can't just take her word for it, or you have to take her word for it, because otherwise it's like, okay, that probably isn't what's going on in this scenario. But you can only hope. Again, she apparently lost weight, which means she's doing something that possibly is working on herself, because she might not be around them while she's doing that, thus she is spending time to reflect or whatever. I don't know. We'd only hope that everything's fine for the kids, yada yada yada, as usual. Again, if episode 4 and 5, I don't know when I'll get around to that. I might just like be crazy and not do a rad video for a few days / a week, possibly not until the next month, just because, you know, I've been doing a rad video every day for 25 days now, so I feel like I should take like a break. I probably won't do it for that long though, a break for that long, just because I know eventually I'm gonna be like, okay, I gotta do another rad video at some point. I might do other things, but yeah, I don't know. 4 and 5 / 6 will be sometime later. Of course, there's not going to be a rad video tomorrow. Just because, again, 25 days, I think I could take a day off now. Go back to the typical every other day rad video thing at the very least. But again, like Jesus, this was just oof. This whole story. Again, hopefully she's better. Hopefully she's actually cares about her daughter. But it's like, is it just easy just to actually start caring about people other than yourself that fast? I don't think so. But again, you can only hope for their children. Question mark. But yep, that is going to be it for the day, I think. Again, it's still Christmas for me. So once again, Merry Christmas. One last time. Yep, that's it. So yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, think about becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so we can watch time and subscribers. And don't forget we have a throw nuzzle. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Tune to the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. If they do, see ya.